Hey, did you guys know that Bray Wyatt looks like a girl? Welcome into your Raw review for April 14th, 2014. Got the panel here. We're going to get into the show, but let me let you know where you can find all these guys. We'll let you know the good things, the bad things, things we liked and didn't like about the show, because there's both. It's a mixed bag. But you can find Billy on YouTube. This is a hashtag sympathy subscription at this point.
Aren't they all from Bruce, or all from anyway?
That's how I'm marketing it. But no, Billy's got a cool podcast where he talks about relevant social topics and stuff. You can find him on Scatter Jagged. Do a YouTube search for Scatter Jagged, and you can find him on Twitter at BillyRayMJ, no underscores, just BillyRayMJ. I've got Ross here as well. You can find him on YouTube. Just do a search for Joker Boxing, and you can find him on Twitter at Joker Boxing News. I got that right?
Yep.
Okay. And then Mad Genius, you can find him at Dixie's Bitch Boy. Dixie's got him all strapped up in a harness and shit.
Hey man, what stays behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. I tell you this stuff in confidentiality and out of trust.
Well, no, I think he's making Dixie his, you know what, anyway. So, but no, you can find him on.
Slave?
Yeah. Dixie and of course. Of course.
Hey, you better look out for Rockstar Spud. That's all I gotta say about that.
Dixie's Pool Boy at Dixie's Pool Boy on Twitter. But you can find Mad Genius on YouTube. His YouTube name is Ava Marie for Life. No, it's Virtuoso Sports on YouTube and Twitter. And then Mad Genius, you can find him on YouTube and Twitter, Rated HRX Sports. And yes,
you can find Mad Genius at Rated HRX Sports.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Steiner. That was my Scott Steiner. I had to do my Scott Steiner impression.
Yes, people, I have 5 channels.
Yeah. Mad Genius is Virtuoso Sports. I'll just duck out of the frame here as I'm laughing at myself. And Vegas Mike is Rated HRX Sports. And yes, that is a spin. The Rated HRX Sports is a spin off of Edge, who happens to be his favorite wrestler of all time.
And guys, you can find me at Bruce Blitz.
Yeah. Right now you can. So anyway, so Mad Genius, did she spank you, bro?
No, it's vice versa.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey.
I let her handcuff me to the bedpost, though.
All right. So anyway, obviously we're trying to keep it fun this week, not in a corny way like Buckethead, but hey, BlitzSportsNetwork.com. I'm up to about 300 pro wrestling VIP videos, all different types of topics on there. After our Raw review is over, we film a Raw review overtime video where we go through like news and rumors that Mad Genius has caught wind of, and we talk about the direction of the WWE and what we would like to see, and you get some joking around with each other in there as well. So you get that every week. Now we started doing an Impact review for WrestleMania. We did a WrestleMania overtime. Start doing that for pay-per-views. Career articles on a lot of great wrestlers. 30 years of WrestleMania article. I mean, when people come on there, they're like, "Oh my gosh, how am I going to get through all this stuff?" So,
now for my shameless WWE plug, if you watch one video of Bruce's videos a day, it would take you almost 300 days to watch them all.
Yeah, well, hey, they get to choose from different topics, so yeah. All right, let's show them how to sign up and register. You guys know how to register for a website. We're not like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Starts out the Ultimate Warrior tribute video package. I don't know, man. It was pretty hard to watch, especially the part with his daughters. I don't know about you guys, but I feel bad for his kids and his wife more than anything. But I thought that was a good way to start the show. You had all these people on the stage in Warrior merch, except for some people that I'm not going to get into in this segment because it wouldn't be right. I thought it was, a good way for them to start the show. I wish Savage had that, but I don't know, a little bit of a tearjerker there to start the show, MG.
Yeah, it's a rough moment, man. For fans, I know fans are going through it, having a hard time dealing with it because they just saw him. But for Warriors family and close personal friends, it's got to be rough for them. So, condolences out to his family and friends, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, for sure. Condolences out to the Warriors, children especially, and his wife, and his friends and family, for sure. Very intellectual guy. I went back and watched, I went on the YouTube channel, Mr. Ultimate Warrior, and went back and watched all of his injections of inspiration and his It Does Matter videos. And, man, that dude was brilliant. What a heck of a motivational speaker. But I don't know, anyone else want to chime in on the Warrior tribute tonight?
Oh, I thought it was great. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I mean, it's got to be hard for the family, man, to, especially those little kids, because, they're not gonna grow up really knowing their father, when they're teenagers, when they're young adults and all that stuff. So, all my condolences to them, man, because that's just got to be brutal to deal with. And as far as Warrior's concerned, the thing that I always respected about him the most is when I first found out about his YouTube channel, and I've seen that, he tries to bring some positive things, make a positive contributions basically to the world outside of wrestling. And basically everything that I've heard, how he treats his fans and all of that, really lost a good man. And
let me interject. I was just smiling here because I was thinking about all the times I watched his videos on YouTube and then went to the gym and killed it. Like his YouTube videos have you ready to run through a freaking wall. The guy was just brilliant. You know what I think it was back in the day why people had such a problem with him? It's because he wasn't a doormat. He comes off as a guy who was... Oh, Billy, stop it in the chat. This is horrible timing. I just don't think that he was I think he wasn't a doormat. He was a man who stood up for himself, Vegas Mike. Like a man of principle. You know what I mean?
That's always something you got to respect about in a man, is that they're not going to change who they are to try to please anybody else.
Billy, anything you want to add?
It's like I said on Thursday, he did live, obviously his life was shortened, but he lived a cool life. To be able to headline WrestleMania 6 and then 7, and obviously short-lived in WCW, but I'm sure he got a nice paycheck from that. And had a lot of following there on his YouTube and stuff. So condolences to the family, especially, and the kids and the wife. So what they're going through is way worse than what any fan's going through by a long way. So if you find a way, if they have a Facebook, a way to send them a letter or something, that's always nice to do. Sometimes to do, or if they have a Twitter, I'm not sure if they do. But yeah, that's always nice to show them that they're in your thoughts. And sorry about the chappers; it was just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. Ross, anything that you want to add?
Yeah, definitely, man. I really enjoyed the Ultimate Warrior segments today. It was really great to see them pay the guy that kind of tribute. And I agree with what you said earlier on about Savage. It'd be nice to see them show everyone this appreciation. And let's not wait till people die to show them that appreciation. Let's actually do that while they're alive and they can appreciate it. But it was still great to see all the wrestlers who were paying homage to Warrior, which he definitely deserved. And it kind of gave me chills when they showed that flashback of what he talked about Monday right before he died. Like, that really gave me chills. So it was pretty awesome to see that and to hear that. And it's sad that he's gone.
It definitely is. It was a shock for sure, but I agree with Billy. At the end of the day, it's you also want to celebrate a wonderful life that the guy got to live. He said so himself a million times, but you just feel bad for his kids more than anything. There was some wrestling fans out there telling me their life was over, their childhood is dead, And I'm thinking to myself, no, his kids' childhood's probably taking a bigger hit than yours. So,
Right.
so that's who our hearts go out to. All right, so not trying to show a lack of empathy towards his fans, but just saying, let's keep things in perspective here, like Billy said.
And he's like he was a cool dad though, so I'm sure those kids are rock solid. So they're going to grow up okay still. So he seemed like he definitely gave him a good foundation. So kudos to him, man. Honestly.
And I'm sure he has a good, built in a pretty good support system of good, individuals around him too, because he's a man of principle. So I'm pretty sure that family will be in good hands.
I agree.
And to be married to someone that intense, his wife's probably pretty tough. So, all right. So it starts out with wrestling. After the Warrior deal. Alberto Del Rio against RVD, my favorite wrestler of all time. And it was this number one, they started this number one contenders tournament tonight for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And Mad Genius, both of you and I talked before Raw started. We were somewhat excited about this.
Yeah. Because they don't do number one contenders matches anymore. So this is obviously a switch up for them.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that you knew you were going to get some some actual wrestling out of it in the absence of too many convoluted storylines, which is always nice. Sometimes they overdo it with storylines, but MG.
Yep.
Gotta admit it, RVD's not looking too good.
What do you mean, gotta admit it? This is something we've been talking about for over a year now.
Yeah.
Say nothing new.
Yeah.
Well, let me put my RVD fanboy spin on it. Can I do that? So the match wasn't clean. Okay, it wasn't particularly crisp. I'm probably a little more picky about RVD matches than your average viewer, because he is my favorite of all time, and I've seen him at his best. And yes, Del Rio had a nice little insecurity kick up there on the top rope. RVD's 5-star frog splash looked solid. They just didn't seem to be on the same page for a good portion of the match. Pardon the pun. After your conversation there a minute ago, but okay. Here's the spin. I will say that either way, RVD to do what he does at his age, solid. It's incredible. Our RVD went over, and I thought the match was just all right. It did knock my socks off. But hey. He's getting up there, so I got to stop expecting him to be the whole effing show that he used to be. But at the end of the day, they gave RVD a win, and I was like, "That's right."
Effing bowl. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's he's obviously lost a step. Let's be honest. I mean, he's a lot older. But what I will say is, it's still impressive to say that they pulled the guy clean off of his couch, and he was able to just get in the ring and put on that kind of a match. I mean, it wasn't amazing.
He was wrestling on the indies. He stays in pretty decent shape.
Yeah. I mean, it's still somewhat impressive, like you guys were saying, for a guy his age. So I give him some credit. Was it the cleanest work we've ever seen from RVD? Definitely not. I was definitely, noticing a couple of mistakes he was making in there. But, both of these guys kind of looked like they were kind of losing their breath in there, to be honest. So I think from the beginning of the match, it just never really hit its groove. But I think as we move on to the next episode and further on in the tournament, I think he'll pick things up a little bit.
Anybody else have anything they want to add to that?
I personally just couldn't get too interested in the match because it just did not seem like they were fluid at all. And then the other guy was Del Rio was just doing way too many kicks throughout the match. What the hell, man?
Del love handles.
Well,
you've seen one Del Rio match. You've seen them all.
Well, it's like I've told. We've talked about that. Quite a few times, and Vegas Mike's a guy who he's been disenchanted with the WWE. And he heard that we really liked the show last week, so he's like, all right, I'll give it a try and come on the review. Sorry, bro. Every time we get one of the boys to watch us, we're like, yeah, TNA's going to be good this week. Womp, womp, womp. Seems to have that pattern with wrestling where you get your hopes up and then it's like, shit, it wasn't good. I'm not saying it. We'll give our overall view at the end. I'm not going to say whether I think it was good or not, but it definitely wasn't good as last week. Let's say that. They run a little recap video of Daniel Bryan versus Triple H last week. Man, I'm on my Hulk Hogan shit tonight. You know, welcome to the fucking Silver Dome. You know? Holy shit. But anyway, you know, the match, you got Kane, Randy Orton, Batista attacking Daniel Bryan in the Shield. Came out and made the save, which we all liked for the most part. You know, just a recap video. Next, they showed footage of the Ultimate Warrior beating the Honky Crap Man for the WWF Intercontinental Championship. Just some video highlights of that. I couldn't stand Honky Tonk Man back in the day. I'm good, I'm cocky, I'm bad. I'm like, the Elvis impersonators called and they want their act back, bro. Triple H, Batista, Randy.
That's just what I say to Dixie.
Oh man, I'm telling you, if this dude got in a room alone with Dixie and she was like, "What you're gonna do is you're gonna lay down and I'm gonna tie your feet," he'd be like, "Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do." She pulls out.
Let me get in the room with Dana Lynn Bailey.
You are completely trolling with the Dana Lynn Bailey thing.
I really am not. What happened when we got off the air last week? And
he was not. No, he was not trolling. I thought for sure he was trolling about this Dana Lynn Bailey character.
I am character. No.
I mean, that Dana Lynn Bailey, that dude's got some guns on him.
You talking about Roy to Casey Anthony?
Yeah.
Hate all you want. Hate all you want.
Oh my gosh!
She can contract them leg muscles on me all day and night.
She could squeeze a coconut dry with them thighs, bro.
Thank you.
Well,
that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Bet you she leg presses 1,200 pounds.
That's fine by me.
Wow, dude. He, she, it.
There's some power behind the pushing. Then let's do it.
The problem is she gonna want to be doing the pushing.
No.
You know? I'm playing. All right. So anyway, yeah. Well, hey, you got Stephanie McMahon, Randy Orton, Triple H, and Batista backstage. Triple H tells them, you know, that the Shield reminds him of them, you know, hinting towards evolution, and that the Shield is a problem. Stephanie says, you know, she thinks that those three can stop the Shield. Triple H says the three of them on the same page together can't be stopped. Batista says he's like, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about being champion. Randy Orton and Batista basically tell Triple H that he's on his own. And they walk out, and I was like, what you talking about, Willis? I'm thinking, they're going to bring back Evolution tonight. Okay. So next we get Ryback and Curtis Axel. That was an intentional Hogan. Versus Goldust and Cody Rhodes. I thought the match was just okay, nothing great. My analysis of this is, you know, the match is only going to be so good with Botchberg in there. The surprise in the match was Ryback and Axel went over with the meat hook clothesline from Ryback to Cody Rhodes as he went for the disaster kick. So they gave the so-called Rybaxel, whatever you want to call it, you know, a new theme song and a win over the Rhodes brothers. It wasn't anything really exciting for me. You know, I'm mildly interested to see where they go from here with both teams, mildly. But it's starting to feel redundant with both teams, where, you know, neither team really has a sense of direction or a purpose right now, other than, ooh, they're going to wrestle each other again. You know, just these weekly matches where they come out there and it's like, okay, what's
time filler?
Yeah, that's exactly. That's all it feels like is time filler, and I don't really care about. I mean, being a big Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig fan, you know, I guess I kind of would like to see Curtis Axel do something. You know what I mean, in the business. Ryback, I could care less. When he came out completely ripping off Goldberg's act, including the camera shots, everything. Fuck, you know, I mean, he sucks. But Goldust and Cody Rhodes, I like watching them wrestle, both guys. Even though I wasn't the biggest Goldust fan in the true Attitude Era. There's some people bastardizing when the Attitude Era was. Now I'm starting to notice that. Wasn't really a big fan of his. You know, I just was kind of put off by the whole character. But I like watching those guys wrestle, you know, and it's like, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, give me a sense of direction with these guys, will ya? And that's all I ask, is for a sense of direction. Right now they're kind of stuck in limbo. You know, and I mean, if they were just going to be stuck in limbo, why didn't they wrestle each other by now? You know, I mean that's where we think this ends up in the long run. So how much longer are you going to wait? Or maybe they set it up for SummerSlam. You know, but I'm looking forward to that Goldust and Cody Rhodes match because I want to see Dusty involved. You know, I want to see the way the family dynamics play out. There'll be a little bit of a believability to it with the dynamics of the family away from the business, where they can break kayfabe a little bit. Where I think Dustin always kind of felt left out to a certain degree, if I remember right. But so they can bring all that into it. Just give me a sense of direction. That's all I ask here. You know, I understand there's going to be time filler on a 3-hour show, but that's it. My only complaint. I just want to know where they're going with the Rhodes brothers.
No.
Other than that, it was just really not entertaining time filler, but I will give WWE credit. You know, I don't always expect to get what I want. And, you know, the fact that they had Ryback and Axel go over was a little bit of a surprise. I don't think it damages Rhodes, you know, either of the Rhodes brothers right now, but so I give them that. At least the finish was a little unpredictable, so, you know, whatever. I'm not looking to just sit here and complain.
Yeah, Cody and Goldust are, you know, they're headed for nowhere. I don't even think that match happens at this point. If it does, it's going to be a long ways down the road. So, you know, I wasn't fond of the match.
That was alright.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and move on. There's not. Let's be honest. There's not much interest in this match.
But to say, what do you say, Curtis, Axel, and Ryback? I mean, how much is there really to say?
All right. Well, I didn't know if you guys agree. Do you guys agree with me though that there needs to be more of a sex? Yeah. Okay.
I'll say this. It's a perfect opportunity that, since they're not going anywhere, where there could be a storyline where Cody Rhodes is like, man, like my bro is holding me back right now, and like I could be in big places, but I'm stuck here being his tag team partner. You know, turn on him in some match or something, and, you know, have them feud.
Oh, you may have just hit on
something interesting.
Yes, but D-Style may have just hit on something. Maybe they go on a losing streak, and this is the start of it. Maybe this is the beginning of that. That's a good. Yeah. Light bulb. Hopefully that's what they're doing, because I want to see a match between those two. All right, so now comes the weekly segment where Mad Genius tells us how much he likes Bo Dallas, because we got the Bo Leaves segment, and yeah, it looks interesting.
Now you see that. Now just imagine him being a heel, like just watching that.
Oh, I'm
promo.
down. I'm down.
Now, if they run with it, he's not a great wrestler. His moveset's kind of redundant at this point. He's still super young in the game, though. He's only like 22 years old, so he's still got a long ways to go in the ring. But character-wise, if they use that character he used down in NXT, everybody's going to love him. I predict it now.
All right, moving on. Okay. Where were we? Paige against Alicia Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Night and day.
Yeah, well, yeah. I want to throw out there that JBL's stealing our material.
Oh, dude, I picked that up, man. Dude, I picked that up.
I'm sure that's been said in a lot of places, so it probably wasn't us. But you never know.
Honestly, you cannot miss that joke. Like, anyone could come up with that joke.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit.
It was still suspect. I don't give JBL that much credit, though, man.
It's low-hanging fruit. I mean, yeah. JBL said that Paige goes to...
we're watching you, man. We're watching you.
Yeah, we got our eyes on you, dude. He said Paige goes to the same tanning salon as Sheamus, and it's like, I've heard that before. But I'll say this: the match was actually pretty good. It was the best Divas match. Gosh, I can't remember in how long for the WWE. I thought it was pretty nice and tight, crisp. I liked the Scorpion crosslock finisher. It was good.
That's what I meant by night and day. What do you think I meant?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Irony.
Yeah. I thought it was a good showing by Paige for sure. It was solid. I mean, it intrigued me. After last week, I was like, oh yeah, this Paige is so good.
It was alright.
After that turn the page thing, I'm like, oh, what? And then this week I see what the hype is. I see for the viewers and the guys in the panel, I see what the hype is. She seems to be pretty good. Now, I ain't all on her clit like you guys, but
fuck, Bruce, come on, man, just get on board.
Come on, dude. Like she's got a body, man.
well,
That's right.
And he left. He disappeared.
Dang.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna deal with this shit."
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not satisfied with this match. It was a better match Raw-wise, but they've dialed Paige back, obviously, and I'm not happy with her current character. So kind of take it with a grain of salt, personally.
You knew they were gonna do that anyway, so as long as she can just be like, C+, that's pretty good for WWE standards with women.
I mean, by far, she's the best. Like, in my opinion, she's the best, like, all-around talent to come to mainstream professional wrestling since, Gail Kim was around way before then, but since that whole grouping of Gail Kim, Mickie James, Trish, Lita, Beth Phoenix, Natalya, Paige is the best thing since that grouping of women came into mainstream professional wrestling, by far.
Yeah, and I'm just going to echo what MG basically said. I'm not really too happy myself with how they're using her or how they're dialing her back. I don't even like the whole her being the scare champion. I'm just not really digging it too much. Because I just think she's too talented for that. I think she just being herself and just kicking butt. But at the same time, at least she's somewhat improved. But yeah, like MG said, I'm with him. I'm not very satisfied with it, but it is what it is.
That was one of the allures to her down at NXT, and why people cheer for her right now, because they've seen her. She carries herself like a badass. Like, they should really take notes on how UFC markets Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey has her haters. She has the people who love her, but she comes off as a complete badass. In a sense, Ronda Rousey's a tweener. So they should really take notes from that on how to book Paige as a tweener, because it would work.
wait a minute.
It's all about how you carry yourself.
Wait a minute. Oh. Wait a minute. Ronda Rousey comes off as a badass. She is a badass, dude.
But no, you get what I'm saying, though. You get what I'm saying. Even outside in the octagon is one thing, but the way she carries herself out of it, you get that perception. Like, I wouldn't really mess with her if I ran across her in a dark alley. Like, she'd probably break my arm or both of them in the leg. So you got to book Paige like that, where she is just this force of nature. And
what I don't get,
I don't like the girly fighting. Like, they just make them fight all girly and shit. Like, shit's annoying. It really is.
My thing is, like, why are you going to have NXT, which is under the WWE, you're building up people a certain way, and then as soon as you bring them up to the main roster, you're completely undoing what you've done. It makes no sense. Why not just go with what's already been built up all that time? You invested, so much of this, dark, certain, character, and then you got her acting like a joke now. I just don't really get it. It's just stupid. But hashtag WWE logic.
Yeah.
Or lack of. But go ahead, D-Style.
I don't know. I just, the whole like fighting all girly shit, like it's kind of annoying, in my opinion. I mean, I get it, I guess, but I guess my thing is, I don't know. I just think it sucks. My opinion.
You don't like the way she carries herself, D-Style.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like little things you notice, like the way Paige runs the ropes. She runs the ropes pretty fluently. I'm pretty sure Bruce was paying attention to that. She runs the ropes pretty fluently. I mean, she came up in a wrestling family. Like, this is what she does. You book her as a badass when she's in the ring, and outside of the ring, you book her as this, you book her as this person who don't take shit from nobody, and she's still a cool, humble person. But when she gets into the ring, she changes into an animal. Like, that's how you book her.
I've always felt, how they have those plants? Like, they always plant people to cheer for guys like Cena and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I always had this idea that the WWE should have one, like, an actor, but, look like a real fan that runs into the ring to try and assault, like, the women's champion, and like, she just takes him out and puts him in some submission hold or something. Like, I always thought that would go over. I don't know why. But just an idea in case JBL is listening.
Well, I did see a little bit of bite in the ring from her, though. There were a couple times in there I was like, oh, she's showing some aggressiveness.
Yep.
And I liked that. Now, Mad Genius wants her to have a match with Sniff Dicks, but oh my gosh, that actually stuck, dude. I've been getting people tweet me about that. Who did I call Sniff Dicks? I can't even remember. All right. All right, so next, the Usos versus Batista and Randy Orton. The Usos came out, half of their face paint was Ultimate Warrior face paint to pay homage to him, which was cool. I was wondering if someone was going to come out with a Warrior face paint. The Usos, my imagination was kind of running wild with that. But the Usos took the upper hand early, and right as Batista and Orton got the upper hand, the Shield came out. So the Shield jump Orton outside the ring. Batista stands his ground in the ring, and he ends up taking a pretty good-looking Superman punch from Roman Reigns. So this kind of set up what was going to happen later, and right when that went down, I mean, everybody on the panel had to be thinking, oh, so there was Triple H's proof that they need to work together, and now they're going to work together, I mean, I could kind of read that from right there. I didn't know if they were going to do it tonight, granted. But I don't know. I mean, it was just a storyline progression, so we'll go ahead and move on. The Ultimate Warrior against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6, highlights of that was shown next, of the Warrior winning the WWF Championship. A very underrated match, I will say that. Probably the best match of each of their careers when it pertains to the mainstream United States wrestling matches that they had. Batista and Randy Orton run into Triple H backstage, and all he says is, he goes, "I told you." So again, more storyline progression. There was good progression of the storyline throughout the show of what happened at the end. So we get a Paul Heyman promo next. Heyman says he represents Brock Lesnar, who conquered the streak. He said it again and again and again and again and again.
I'm not going to throw it in your face. I'm going to throw it in your face.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You to do it.
And then he said, "My client, on the behalf of my client, I've got some images for you to look at," or whatever he said. So they start showing images of Lesnar beating The Undertaker, and no, I'll just leave that one alone. I could have taken a cheap shot, but more power to him. So anyway, and
one.
yes, Heyman says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the streak was conquered," and then he says that that loss immortalized The Undertaker. And hey, kid, made you famous. He had to have been talking about the kid with the yes shirt, man.
Yeah, he's been posting pictures of him on Twitter for like the last week.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Hey, kudos to that dude, man. I mean, you looked a little silly, but it's all good, man. It's all in fun. Heyman says he's anointing someone new to be the next top guy in the WWE. Did you catch that? He didn't say next big thing, but he hinted at that phrase. The King of Swing, Cesaro. So Cesaro comes out, and he's going to wrestle Mark Henry, and this is another #1 contenders tournament match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. They worked some power spots early on. The match wasn't very long. Cesaro hit a nice flying back elbow off the second ropes to a standing Mark Henry. And then he powered Mark Henry up for the neutralizer. For a minute there, I thought he was going to have to reset. Mm-hmm. And he just pulled that big motherfucker up, man. Wow.
Oh, you're mad.
Strong dude, man. That dude, yeah, he's strong. That's Farmer strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he hits the neutralizer for the finish, and Cesaro advances to face RVD. You've got to give them 15 minutes, WWE, please. This match was nothing special to me other than just kind of a showcase of Cesaro's power. I'm looking for more exciting wrestling, and that's one thing. I think all of us liked WrestleMania, but the one thing that we did say as a negative was the wrestling wasn't all that great throughout. I mean, we had some matches that we rated. You could go back to the WrestleMania review. We had some matches that we rated fairly well, but it's like, ooh, the next step for the WWE at this point, well, the first step is get rid of the shit factor. But the second, the next step, because they're moving in the right direction in so many different ways, is to just put on better wrestling matches. They have the workers that can do it. There's no excuse that you give Cesaro and Cena 20 minutes and a bunch of false finishes and shit, and you can't get a couple matches a week that hit the 10-minute mark, So that's the only thing I'd say. I'm excited for Cesaro. I'm excited to see where his career goes. Mad Genius, actually, we have a topic. I'm going to put it at the end of my notes that we're going to talk about in the news and rumors in the VIP video, the overtime video that we were talking about before Raw with Cesaro in his future. Yeah. All right, that just reminded me of that. So, anyways, who wants to chime in on? You had the Usos against Batista and Orton. You had you had Paul Heyman's promo. You had Cesaro and Henry. And by the way, after this match, the WWE ran a video package. There is no WWE without you, the fans. And again, stuff like that's smart. I would rather see them do stuff like that than exploitation. And those of you who've been watching this channel for a while know exactly what I'm getting at, and I'll just say that.
Comes off as kind of,
it comes off as hokey, but at the end of the day, I'm fine with it, D-Style. I'm fine with it. I mean, there's other entities that could take notes from that who don't even acknowledge their fans.
Yeah. Like boxing. Go ahead. Anyway.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and get my quick thoughts real quick. I mean, the thing.
Did I miss something here?
When you said their sports, they don't acknowledge their fans, and these styles was like boxing.
No. Boxing just puts on mediocre fights and rips their fans off.
Come on, Floyd.
Yeah, let's be more specific. Floyd. I'll go ahead and say it and take the heat. I'm already getting heat for that Pacquiao video.
Yeah, I'll try to get us back on the tracks here. we can get back on the tracks. My thing, the whole Cesaro and Paul Heyman thing, I think is kind of interesting. I mean, Paul Heyman's taking a lot of heat right now, because he's come out there and cutting these pretty badass promos about the streak and Lesnar and the Undertaker. So what's interesting to me is, are they trying to make Cesaro a heel, or are they going to have him eventually turn on Paul Heyman and go face? So I'm kind of interested in that.
I was trying to throw you off by making a fart sound.
I mean, yeah.
Hold on, before you go, Vegas Mike. Mr. Hughes News says, "Dear WWE, bring back King of the Ring." That reminds me. Mad Genius, were you in the video where we booked the 2014 King of the Ring, or was that just me? I think it was just me.
I was there.
No, we did the all-time King of the Ring.
Oh.
I don't think you were there.
2014? No, I wasn't there for that one.
Just to give you a taste of a couple topics on BlitzSportsNetwork.com, just put up a video a day or two ago, booking, doing fantasy booking on if there was still a King of the Ring.
They should
Yeah, well, they should. Well, how would I book it? So, if you're not a member of the site, if you are, go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And then Mad Genius and I last night had a lot of fun doing a VIP video where we booked our all-time King of the Ring. Our imagination went crazy. And we also had one where a guy wanted us to talk about the 10 finishers that we'd want to see John Cena take, which got a little out of control. I think I might have gone a little too far in my last one.
Like, you mean like the Terminator shooting them, something like that, or?
It's funny you bring up Terminator. Isn't it, Matt Genius? That's all I'll say. Funny you bring up Terminator. And I was like, wait a minute, that's a little too unrealistic here.
There will be flaming tables.
Yeah, oh,
That's the only thing I say.
Yeah, so, I don't really talk topic specific about stuff on there. There's just so many good topics, so I wanted to plug the site in the middle here because I seen you got a bunch more viewers who hopped on. So, guys, it's worth a try. Just try it out for a month. I think you'll like it. Now, Ross, do you look at Cesaro as potentially being a top guy when you watch him?
Your answer determines our friendship here.
For me, I mean, for me, absolutely. I think he's electric. I think he's got the talent. And he's over with the fans. And the thing is, they put him in a position where he shouldn't have been over. I mean, working with freaking Lax Swagger and Zeb Coulter, I'm surprised he was able to actually get over. And he was. He was able to actually get over and somewhat get the whole We the People gimmick over. So he's got the talent, but the way they're going to use him, I mean, they're probably going to set him up to fail, unfortunately, but he should be over.
Dude, when you said the We the People gimmick, I was just thinking of Swagger. We the People!
Oh, my God.
He sounds like Pepe Le Pew.
He does. I ain't got nothing. I understand he's got a speech impediment or whatever you want to call it. I nothing against that, but it's just so funny seeing a dude act tough. It's like with the people, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Okay, bro.
I was actually thinking of, remember old DX when Shawn Michaels and Triple H had those helmets with the fucking shit over it?
Yeah, for Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, with the windshield wipers. Yeah.
Just that you need that when you talk to Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger, yeah, Jack Boring. Good points, man. Good points, Ross. Any guys? Every time I see you guys have typed, we've got a little chat on the side of the screen, and I know not to look at it because it keeps distracting me. Because there's there's a conversation going on right now in the chat room. Attitude Era-esque. It has to do with women. Go for it. Yeah.
Billy! I read his last one.
All right. So, does anybody else have anything they want to add about Cesaro and Harry? Look, Vegas Mike. Vegas Mike, you gave the product a chance tonight. You think Cesaro's the man? You like what you're seeing there?
I mean, yeah, especially with the way that he's being used. I mean, when you're having Paul Heyman as a manager, man. Yeah. I mean, Paul Heyman, that dude is gold, man. I'm going to tell you right now. And the way that he conducted himself with trying to egg the audience on, I mean, the way that he just gets it, man. He knows how to make people tick, man. And that's the thing you got to give to Paul Heyman. He's the man, bro. And Cesaro, man, for him to pick up Henry the way he did is, I don't know, bro. But the thing, I want to go back to the Roman Reigns thing where when he punched Batista, I mean, the first thing that I thought when I saw that was, Falcon punch.
Hadouken! Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this, man? But, yeah, I mean, Reigns, man, I saw some tape of him when you suggested me to him, and that dude's legit, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Cesaro is he's solid. I'll say that. He's very, very solid. I'll say that. I don't want to get too high on him personally. That's me. But hopefully they push him the right way. I think if I'm reading it correctly, it looks to me like this tournament is made for him to win it. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Hopefully, hopefully he does. I think he should. I think him and Rob Van Dam, even though RVD is, getting up there, but he could still put on better matches than most guys, I think. So they could still put on a great match, and I'm looking forward to that. But what I really want to comment on was I actually like the tournament. It just gives you like a unique feeling. It just does. It gives the matches some type of meaning where it's not just some pointless match. It's simple. It's an old school way of doing things, but it makes sense. And like any blithering idiot could follow it. Like you have brackets, and there you go. Like you know what I mean? That's all it is. It's not their typical. The champion is talking on the mic and is interrupted, and the next guy is interrupted, and the next guy is interrupted, and then you got 10 guys in the ring, and the general manager comes out and says, "You're all going to fight each other." No. I mean, just do the damn tournament. This is perfect. But you guys mentioned the King of the Ring. The King of the Ring should be SummerSlam's version of the Royal Rumble. What the Royal Rumble is to WrestleMania. That's what they did when Brock Lesnar won the King of the Ring. It makes perfect sense. You win the King of the Ring, you're the number one contender for the title at SummerSlam. I've always thought they had something going there, but for some reason they never really continued that, but it's just an observation.
Looks like there's some debate going on in the comment section. I see Bella Rodriguez brings up there's no excuses. Look how that we're building up karma. They were doing amazing, but she effed that up on her own. I don't know where that
did she F it up? She got pregnant.
Well, that's
It's a bit insensitive. Jeez.
No. She's saying that. I think she has a good point. She's saying that she believes that WWE can build Paige. That they'll build Paige. We'll see.
Oh, they'll build Paige, but just not the way I want to see it.
Dude, nobody. Yeah, but this is not you porn. Okay,
It doesn't have to be.
Let's be honest here. That's the way you would like to see her built. Yeah.
Paige is the last badass of women's wrestling since you had Awesome Kong. I mean, shit.
Well, I'm not going that far yet.
I'm not saying she's as good as Awesome Kong. I'm saying the last badass, the only badass since Awesome Kong.
No, what I'm saying is
you got plenty of time.
You keep saying all this stuff about her. Now, first of all, I'm going to throw this out there. You keep saying all this stuff about her, and strike one was when you were like, oh my gosh, Paige is God's gift to penis, and I'm just sitting there and I'm saying
I'm not disagreeing with that first one you just mentioned.
Well, when she walked out, I was like,
are they really putting the lights on her? Like the bright?
Yeah, I'm like, really, bro? So that was.
Hey man, y'all gotta try something exotic, man. Y'all gotta step outside the box, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get this shit. Like
Billy, you're in.
Man. I'm telling you, I look at her and I say that's a bright star.
Yeah, you can't miss her.
Fuck.
No, but Billy, you're into that look. So.
Yeah, I am very much.
All right. So anyway, moving on. You can tell that this is going to be a roller coaster review tonight. So anyway, let's see. Triple H, Brad Maddox. Oh, Brad Maddox is still alive.
Nice to know.
I'm starting to wonder.
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But Triple H tells Brad Maddox to find the Shield and tell them they have a match in the main event. He's like, should I tell them who they're wrestling? And that was his line. Now it was him in front of the mirror this week at the hotel.
Oh, he's got the Roman Reigns treatment.
Yeah, he's got the Roman. He's like, all right, there I got my notes.
I love this shit.
Should I tell them who they're wrestling? No. Should I tell them who they're wrestling? Yeah, no. All right, should I tell them who they're wrestling? I mean, clearly, Mad Genius, there's another guy you were wrong about.
Who?
Brad Maddox. You were telling me, oh, this guy's going to be, the cat's meow and...
The fuck out of here.
You did! You were all high on him.
I will leave this fucking review right now.
You did! You told me he was going to be good, that he's a good mic worker, and I said he's Garrett Bischoff.
Who's worse?
Got him. Oh, man. That is hilarious. No, who's worse, Garrett Bischoff? Don't be surprised if he lands a job there one day, though. His dad's going to pull some strings. He was like, I believe this. His face dropped. That was great. All right. I did something that none of the viewers have been able to do. I ran MG off. Lana introduces Alexander Rusev, and
Best part of the show. Best part of the show.
Man.
I'll just go ahead and mute my mic for 5 minutes. Go ahead,
I
guys.
took notes on this. I don't know what Bruce is talking about. So anyway, Lana comes out. She walks down to the ring, real sexy, kind of that swag, kind of like back and forth, back and forth. I didn't see Rusev. I don't know who the fuck y'all are talking about. But anyway, he goes down to the side there and just kind of leans over the apron. You can like see some nice cleavage shots there. I think there was 2 guys in the ring wrestling. I wasn't really sure about that. Guys or ladies in the comments if you swing that way. Fill me in if there was. If you could pay attention. She gets in the ring after. I guess they had some kind of wrestling match. Puts her hand up. I think she might have been raising this dude's hand. This Rusev. I guess that's who it is. Again, nice cleavage just right there. Nice. Looks like she's a little bit oiled up too, but just right. That's the ultimate slip and slide right there. And yeah, I mean, just 5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, I mean, she was great, and everything, all their dialogue was good too.
Did you guys catch that hi to me though? Did you see that? I saw it.
I saw it. Yeah. Respect to you for that.
She was waving at you.
Yeah.
All I gotta say, man, is if the Raw would have stopped right there, man, it might have been a 10 out of 10.
Bro, man, there's just something about a chick, man, who looks bad as hell and got an accent, bro, and then you just want to be like, damn, bro, dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm being honest, man. I didn't even pay attention to the match at all. I was just looking at her fine ass the whole time. Like, yo, man, if she got any cuffs, she can put them on me. Do whatever the hell she wants, man.
Well, I don't know about
she'll turn you into a super athlete, man. She'll turn you into a super athlete.
Hold on, I think I just had an epiphany here. So you guys are saying that you might be attracted to her?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
There's no might, man.
Yeah, there's a slight possibility. There's a slight possibility.
All right. Well,
obviously MG isn't. That's why he's not here.
That sounds like a Mike Tyson word for some reason.
MG, yeah. The fact of the matter is he didn't want to talk about her because she doesn't have enough muscles. So he's not going to be here to defend himself. I gotta let him have it a little bit. So we got Xavier Woods, who.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
the guys that were in the ring.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they were the ones that were in the ring. Xavier Woods versus Alexander Rusev. The Bulgarian Brute, that's what they call him. He squashed Xavier Woods. That's all I'm gonna say. He just squashed him.
Boring.
Yeah, it was. And R-Truth kind of like attacked Rusev after the match, and Lana held him back, and then she was like, "Kill!" or whatever she said. I don't know what the fuck she said.
R-Truth was there?
Yeah, he was there. He was there. I swear. R-Truth said, yeah. But she, honestly, her introduction for Alexander Rusev's match lasted longer his match, and all the guys on the panel are like, okay, yeah.
This guy's going to be a
that's
job.
the right way to do things, man.
Bunch of cheap shot artists, you motherfuckers. You fucking haters.
Hey,
all of you
This guy's going to be jobbing in 3 months. That's all I know.
Mad Genius, a couple of viewers wanted to know if Lana had bigger lats, bigger biceps and triceps, would you be...
Smaller breasts.
Bro, I don't know what the hell she been doing. Like
A double chin.
I mean, it literally, like, a chin up isn't literally supposed to make your chin bigger. I don't know what the hell she been doing, but her chin is starting to get bigger.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. That probably just looks like a good resting area for a certain body part.
Okay, one of these days she's gonna end up looking like the Crimson Chin. Now Google the Crimson Chin and y'all see what the fuck I'm talking about. One of these days she's gonna end up looking like him.
That's the lighting, MG. I don't know what you're looking at.
No, that's not the lighting.
Go on her Instagram. Her chin's
You guys are fucking delirious.
I'm not delirious.
No, download pictures of Dixie Carter or something.
Oh, come.
Hey, Dixie Carter is a fine, mature woman.
Is a fine senior citizen, I know.
Yo, would you take her over this Russian chick, man? Come on.
Yes.
Be honest.
What? She gets the 99-cent off at Denny's.
Oh my god, dude.
And Dixie isn't even in my top 2 anymore.
I don't know what to say, man.
The fact that she was ever in your top 2 kind of devalidates top 2, bro.
Yeah, thank you. got Paige. He's
I
got,
just don't appreciate true beauty, man. You guys.
Dixie Carter.
Yes.
Dude, all right. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna seriously.
Maybe he's talking about her heart, or
I don't know.
or
I don't know. But what I think
Stephanie looks a lot better than Dixie, man. Stephanie was looking good tonight.
I actually got a Q&A question on the site about her, and
her voice though, it sounds like freaking.
Yeah, no.
But she is prime. She is very prime for an affair. I'm just saying, if you're out there, some Hollywood guys looking at this, tap that shit hard. You can definitely do it. Like, guarantee you, she's prime. 'Cause Triple H is like not having sex with her right now. Guaranteeing it.
Oh wow.
They're at that stage of marriage where they're barely fucked, and she is prime for an affair. Just saying.
Well,
maybe Kane is doing, huh?
no, but anyway.
That's true. I mean, she was looking at Kane a certain kind of way today, man.
Hey, she was looking at Kane like, hey.
Yeah.
She didn't want him to put that mask on.
You used to be hard, Kane. That's what she said, you know? You used to be hard. What happened?
Be hard, Kane.
Wow. All right. So, anyways,
You used to be the big red machine, Kane.
oh my gosh, this is horrible. Oh. What?
Holy crap.
Billy, I'm not going to share what you put in the chat.
Oh fuck it, I don't care. Look, I would suck on Lana's fucking bloody tampon.
Maybe
Not got
Paige
limits, bro.
Vampire has a joint.
That even disgusted me.
That would be like it would be that bad. I guarantee it tastes good.
All right, well, I
There
think
goes my sympathy subscribers.
yeah. No, there would be some people that would be like, I agree, I'm subscribing to Scatter Jagged just for that. You know?
There's just some racy shit on like WWE. That's racist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's Game of Thrones style. Make it a little harder.
Well, yeah. Actually, it's you've just been locked up for 15 years in prison and really need a bad style, but
Well, all right, Bruce. Somebody's like, "Here's $1 million. This is her bloody tampon. Suck on it." I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" I would expect anybody to do it. Like, it's blood. You ain't gonna get sick from it. Maybe
you will throw up. No, but I'm thinking about with this whole Dixie Carter thing.
Creepy bastard.
How do you know you would throw up, though?
I want to throw up.
Oh, I could just think about it for 1 second, these styles. And by the way, everybody on the panel has a Red Wing, so let's not sit here in front. But that'll go over a lot of people's heads. But so
I don't.
Thank you, Bruce. You're so young. You're so young. Go get your.
Yeah, you're not. You haven't reached that stage of perversion yet. But so anyway,
Come up looking like the Joker and shit.
No. Okay, that is one thing I'm not willing to do.
All right, so with this whole Mad Genius Dixie Carter thing, should we take up? We need to start a charity drive to get Mad Genius an eye test.
It's
Yeah, it's gotta be the vision, man.
I got 20/20 vision, bro.
You need intervention. We got intervention, bro.
Wouldn't that be great if all of us got together and busted into his house with a camera? And then sent a counselor down. Oh, we need to talk about this Dixie Carter problem here.
See, that's not a vision problem, though. That's another type of problem.
I think that's he'll put it in anything wet and warm.
Not true, because I'm not touching Eva Marie or Summer Rae.
That's a lie.
I'm not touching.
The Marie one, but I do not believe the Eva Marie one.
I'm not touching Eva Marie, bro.
I do not believe it.
Right now, it's Dana Lynn Bailey, Paige, and Dixie.
Imagine just locked in a room with her. I guarantee it's going down.
It's their agreement that he has to deny it. You know, that's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. All right. So anyway, eventually, like I said, Lana let Rusev lose. He kicks R-Truth after he squashed Xavier Woods, and then he stood tall with Lana to a chorus of boos. They're actually getting heat, and they were in Birmingham.
Yeah, because he fucking sucks. It's not good.
No, dude. He's getting the foreigner heat.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No. He's getting all his matches are going to be the same, bro. If you watch a 15-minute Rusev match, it's going to be the exact same match, just spread out.
Okay, but listen to this. They were in Birmingham, Alabama. We're talking about an area that used to be part of territory wrestling. They have been conditioned for years in this, and I'm not trying to paint with a broad brush. I'm just saying, in general, wrestling fans were conditioned for years to hate the Russian act, to hate the the USA thing. And I think he's going to draw legitimate heat wherever he goes, just based on that. And I don't get it. I never thought, oh yeah, I hate the Russians. But
he's just another. What's his name?
Gotta be a nice D-style. He sucks.
What was his name?
He's gonna get the fucking Del Rio heat,
What was his name? A-Train. What was his name?
Oh, Tensai.
Tensai. Remember they were hyping him up and shit. And where is he now? I mean, he's gonna be dancing with that fucking dinosaur dude in a couple of weeks.
Rose Clay. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, I really didn't take anything from this other than Rusev's gonna wrestle R-Truth on Crapdown or Raw next week.
You're gonna take the same thing.
You know what I just
every
thought
Rusev
about
match
too?
because they're all the same.
Why does every foreigner get the camel clutch? Like, what's up with that?
I don't know. I think you're trying to say something.
Oh, well, I mean, Scott Steiner isn't really a foreigner, but yeah,
I don't know.
Does
the Mexicools and the John Deere lawnmowers ring a bell?
Dude, Scott Steiner looked like he was ripping their head off.
Right.
I mean, that wasn't a true camel clutch.
Yeah, and Rusev looks like he's sitting on the toilet.
Do you see that stoic look on his face where he puts him in the camel clutch? And, like, he looks like he's having a staring contest. He's
just disinterested.
He's just looking into the hard camera, like.
Yeah.
He's just interested with his own in-ring work, people. That's how boring he is. He doesn't even want to see himself wrestle.
No. They're going this is so easy route. I think that's, God is a piece of cake. Look.
Yeah, they're trying.
That's what they're doing. But my only thing is I cannot take these gimmicks serious. The WWE has never had a successful gimmick, other than The Undertaker. I mean, other than that, they ended up changing. Either the guy had to kind of reinvent himself later and save his own damn career, because these acts never work, ever.
The gimmick isn't the problem, D-Styles. He's just boring in the ring.
Well, yeah, but here, hold on.
He's just boring. I've been watching the guy for WWE, 5 years now, before he had the long hair, before he had this gimmick.
Here's the thing.
Boring.
Here's the thing. I am not closing off my mind to this guy. No, I'm keeping an open mind. I don't see
NXT people I have been right on. The one that comes across where I tell you, this guy will bore the shit out of you. Bro, he had one good match the entire time I've ever seen him wrestle, and it was against Ziggler.
Yeah,
and that's because Ziggler fucking sold his ass off.
But he's a mid-card act.
He shouldn't even be on the main roster.
Yeah, all I know is Lana is keeping me interested. That's the only thing keeping me interested is Lana.
Yeah, there's definitely, you got to factor that in too.
That's right.
What, Lana?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Dude, it's boring.
I'm trying to fuck that.
This is gonna turn into the fucking Del Rio situation where Ricardo was more over than him.
Oh, well, yeah, probably.
And every Del Rio match is the same. Right. Kick.
I think Del Rio's better. I think he's better than
he wrestles like a soccer player. Just kick. Kick.
Hey, go! That dude used to crack me up back in the day when I watched SportsCenter. I haven't turned on SportsCenter in 3-4 years. I'd rather watch the games. But I remember they do like the highlight package at the end that they put together, and then there'd be a highlight in there of just this dude screaming, "Goal!" Yeah.
And then it's like 30 seconds and shit.
I don't know. I'm not feeling this guy, man. I'm just saying. And they can't, a big, strong dude. Like half of the roster is bigger than this guy. I'm not impressed, It's more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's got a good look.
You got guys like Batista there. You expect me to be like, oh, look at this big dude.
And to the person in the comments who asked Orton or Rusev makes Orton look like prime RVD. That's how boring he is. This dude is boring.
Yo, like Orton looks very charismatic next to this guy.
All right, so moving on. We see highlights of the Ultimate Warrior versus Ravishing Rick Rude, the steel cage match at SummerSlam 1990. That was actually a good feud. Who on the panel, and don't lie, who on the panel watched the Pose Down live?
Post down.
I did.
Okay, me and Billy.
I probably did. I was a big Warrior fan. So.
You don't remember that with remember then Rick Rude had like that I don't know, that workout deal to pump himself up, and they were flexing, and then like the Warrior flexed, and then at the end Rude hit him with the bar, the workout bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe Jesse Ventura was on commentary. Look at Rick Rude, McMahon. You know.
I'm glad they stopped these pose downs. So.
Oh yeah, it was corny, but that to me is what really popped off their whole feud, is that whole pose down thing. Even more. But I enjoyed that feud between Warrior and Rude. I was disappointed that there wasn't a Warrior and Savage highlight in here.
Yeah.
I will throw that out there.
I'm disappointed they didn't do a night like this when Savage passed away.
Oh, well.
I was thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there were problems with him and the company that I went through in the Savage article on the website, and they weren't the rumor that people like to throw out there everywhere.
Yeah.
So there was business, a big, huge business deal and a family issue, and it wasn't the one that people will automatically think about.
I know, but my thing is when somebody passes away.
I know.
I mean, come on.
Someone who made you that much money.
You make it work. You tell a family, I know we're not getting along, but for the fans, can we play some highlights? I'm sure they would have said okay. I mean,
Yeah. All right. So anyway, Jack Swagless against Sheamus was next. Number one contenders tournament for WWE Intercontinental Championship match once again. I didn't really enjoy the match. That's par for the course with me and Black Swagger, as Ross called him earlier. Swagger's just so fucking awkward to watch. Sheamus went over with the bro kick as Swagger had just gotten back in the ring, and Sheamus advances in the tournament. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to go on a tangent about Swagger. I've done it a million times. I'll save that for another week. I don't feel like going off on Swagger. It's just, he's boring. The match wasn't that great, mainly because Swagger was in it for me. If you liked it, more power to you.
Well, I would break down the match, but then I would start sounding like Sylvester the Cat. So.
Hold up, real quick. I gotta see if I pronounced it. Yeah, sorry, Bruce, but Chris Valeriano, I believe I pronounced that right. If you spell Lana backwards, it's anal. That dude's a fucking genius. I can't believe I didn't think about that. Way to go, dude. Awesome shit.
It was a very good match. People.
Yeah.
There.
Anybody got anything they want to say about Swagless? Okay, no.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Adam Rose vignette was the same as last week. It's corny, childish looking. It's gonna be dumb.
Why the fuck does he have a sucker in his mouth? What type of bullshit is that? You go from this crazy fucking man-child facial hair who will go out there and rip people's heads off to this shit. Dude walking around with feminine mannerisms, walking around with a sucker in his mouth. What in the fuck have they done to Leo Kruger? What on God's green earth have they done?
Remember when Tori Wilson had a lollipop in her mouth?
Bro, this is a tragedy. This dude would come out there and rip people's heads off. Rip people's heads off. He's got the nastiest spine buster in the business right now. And now he's walking around clean-shaven, feminine mannerisms and a sucker in his mouth. What? You've got to be kidding me. Twirling his hair? What type of shit is this?
It's terrible, I'm telling you. Every single, just a quick thought here. like every single WWE DVD I've ever watched, every single one of them, there is at least one story of where somebody was just telling Vince, "That's a horrible idea. Let's do this," and Vince wasn't buying it, and then it worked out. And usually, like the shit that worked out was like all the big shit. It's just something that
This is a big shit. It's a big shit on my intelligence.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Vince thinks this works, so.
Leo Kruger. Oh my god, they just complete. The dude who would take his fucking front teeth out just to show you how badass he was. Took Adam Rose? The Erotic Express? A sucker in his mouth? Hungry hippos? What? You gotta be kidding me! This is worse than the Fandango thing. Because even before, Fandango was never a badass. He was just a weird guy who was good at it. Leo Kruger was a complete badass. And then they turned him into this. This is by far the worst they've done to anybody in recent memory.
Maybe they do it on purpose. Maybe they say, if this guy's a real deal, he'll overcome this horrible character.
You can't overcome this.
Yeah.
His manhood has been stripped of him. Walking around with a sucker. I don't even do that shit at home. I don't even eat suckers. Out of fear of that shit. That is a secret camera around or somewhere. What?
Yeah, I agree. I was just trying to look at something maybe that.
Leo.
I was reaching.
This is worse than Eric Young being one half of the TNA Knockouts tag champions.
Yeah.
This is worse than that. I mean, this is complete bullshit. I know there's people out there that like the Adam Rose character and all of that shit, but I'm sorry, you're not gonna convince me that I watched a dude who was billed as a motherfucker who was a game hunter from South Africa who would come in there and treat his opponents like prey and literally maul motherfuckers, and now he's
No, wait a second.
Erotic
You said a
Express.
game hunter, like a duck hunter?
No, game like wildlife, like he was built from South Africa, so they were playing up, oh yeah, he's hunting lions and shit, and he's a tough motherfucker, kind of like Kraven off of Spider-Man. Who anybody knows Kraven off of Spider-Man?
Okay, all right.
And now he's fucking Shawn Michaels, but amped up to another level. Shawn Michaels didn't even come out. Shawn Michaels didn't even have a sucker in his mouth.
Like Shawn Michaels out of the closet type of deal.
It's like they combined Billy and Chuck and Shawn Michaels and Goldust into one character.
Well,
and then you throw in Fandango. Like, what?
I think we finally found out who Sniff Dix is then.
Jesus Christ! Whoever wrote that character.
Ah, hashtag Sniff Dix. So
Maybe he'll overcome this, man. Maybe he'll overcome it.
No. He's done for. It's just like Santino. He's a legit judo guy, but the moment you see him pull out a Cobra sock, it's over. It's over. There's no going back.
I gotta tell you though, he looks like he should be the fourth member of 4MB with this gimmick. He honestly does. So I don't know.
Oh my God! They stripped Leo Kruger of his manhood. I feel bad for the dude.
Well,
They fucked him over.
Sucking a lollipop. The fuck out of here. How am I supposed to take you serious? You coming out with a fucking lollipop in your mouth and you a grown ass man.
Hey, I'm right there.
It ain't even like it's one of those cool like WWE ice cream bars or something. If you came out eating one of those, I'm like, yeah, the guy just likes ice cream or some shit. This motherfucker gonna be coming out with a small ass lollipop. What?
How much you want to bet he eats a banana on one of these vignettes soon?
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Hashtag Sniff Dix, man.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So anyway, next we get Damian Sandow against the Big Show.
Fucking hungry hippos. Yeah. The fuck is you talking to me about? I like rabbits. They go bouncing up and up. The fuck is that?
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That was interesting. So Damian Sandow against
Ziggler don't even do that shit. Ziggler do some fucked up shit. And so does Austin Aries, but neither one of them motherfuckers do that shit. Fandango don't even... The peacock feathers on Fandango vest was questionable. Batista's skinny jeans was questionable. But none of these motherfuckers came out with a fucking sucker in their mouth.
So MG, tell us how you really feel.
All right, yeah. MG, the Adam Rose vignette.
You might as well call it vinaigrette because it's sweet as some fucking dressing.
Yeah, it was that.
What if Dixie Carter walked into the ring? Would that tell him?
No, Dixie Carter don't even come out with a fucking sucker in her mouth.
Well, you would enjoy that, yeah.
Like, just imagine this shit. You got motherfucking Cain Velasquez, baddest motherfucker on the planet, and all of a sudden this motherfucker come out there with no facial hair or nothing. He coming out with a sucker in his mouth. Huh?
I don't think he has facial hair.
It's not even like a sucker. It's like one of those small little ones. Like, what the fuck? Like you get in like the fucking giant bag of like suckers. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
I think we should all come on camera with a sucker just to piss him off.
I'm not doing it.
No, I couldn't even do that as a joke.
I don't even. When I was a baby, I didn't even take the sucker from the doctor. Like, keep that pussy ass shit. The fuck you want me to do with that?
Oh man, are we good now, bro? You got it all out,
Oh my god.
You should come out to that song, Lollipop, Lollipop,
Yeah, he should.
That's some complete bullshit.
No, actually, he should come out
Michael
to.
Cole don't even eat suckers at fucking ringside.
Actually, if you put him and Fandango together.
Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
Listen. You put Adam Rose and Fandango together. You go ahead and you go into the WCW archives. You pull out the theme song for the American Males, and you're good. Anyone that has heard the theme song for the American Males is going to laugh at that. As all
that's me stuck in my head for 10 minutes.
yeah. American Males. Oh my gosh, yeah. American Males Part 2. I loved how the younger guys got quiet, like American Males.
Yeah.
Who the hell thinks of this shit?
Yeah, it happens, Bruce. Oh well, fuck it.
Yeah.
We're middle youth.
Yeah. No, we're just wiser.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, let me try to get to this segment again.
He has a sponsor in Blow Pop, if you think about it.
Yeah. Damian Sandow against Big Show. Okay.
Worse than fucking Big Show wearing diapers.
Might as well get your casket out, man.
I was like, wait for it. Yeah, wait for it.
Fucking lollipop.
Can you feel the love tonight coming from NG? But yes, it was an Elton John reference. Womp womp womp. So Sandow starts talking about
Adam Elton Rose.
So Sandow starts talking about how fans should basically beg to touch him because he deserves it. I'm going to paraphrase this whole thing. He says he's earned it, and they're actually you deserve it chants. So kudos to the fans who did that, by the way. Birmingham, I'm sure there's some big wrestling fans there, but for the most part, not exactly a crowd you expect to come up to the show and go against the storylines. So it was cool. Sandow asks the Big Show, what do you have to say about all this? Because he was just ranting. Sandow's like, I deserve it, and nobody can say I do not deserve it. And Sandow tells the Big Show that he's like, you know that I'm telling the truth. And he calls himself the future of the WWE. Well, the future Zack Ryder at this rate. He says, you look at me and you see a future champion. Greatness. And then sure enough, the Big Show just knocks him out.
It's the Big Show.
Well, it's the same show.
By the way, man, those punches look so weak, dude.
They do. They look horrible. We're two huge boxing fans right here. It's coming from two huge boxing
Yeah, he
fans.
throws them from his waist. Like, he doesn't even, cock back at all.
Oh, they just terrible.
But it's a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah. George Foreman was a weapon of mass destruction. Okay.
But they have to name it. They name a fucking punch in this company.
Yeah. Yeah, it can't just be the punch.
No,
They
name everything.
literally turned the Big Show into a circus act now. Like, he literally just kind of comes out, gives a couple of high fives, just stands in the ring, throws the punch, and then leaves.
Well, that's all. That's the funny thing about it. There's a referee in the ring. He punches him. Sandow falls down. Big Show doesn't pin him. He just gets out of the ring and walks away, and I'm like,
No 10 count.
why was the
Well,
referee
they tried
there?
to make it funny. You remember when what's it called? Mick Foley was doing, I forgot what it was, and The Rock just came out and rock bottomed them and just left. Something like that. I think that's what they were going for. It failed.
No, the Adam Rose vignette ran 2 minutes too long, so they had to cut this segment short.
Well,
they gotta cut shit short in the show. It's fucking 3 hours.
yeah, exactly. All right. So anyway, that's
Well,
segment.
you can't miss your Adam Rose. You got to see Hungry Hippos.
Yeah, and I'm right there with most of the.
What's it called? Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll. I'm right there with most of the wrestling fans on this Damian Sandow and Dolph Ziggler and the way they're booking them. I mean, I find them both to be entertaining.
Like, what did they hit on Stephanie? Like, what did they do? Like, what? I'm trying to.
Must have said no.
Well, because a lot of wrestlers have gone on record that Vince punishes guys.
Yep. Yeah.
The old I'm gonna make you eat shit and you're gonna like it. I think that's what they're going through right now.
Hey, hashtag feed him to Cena. Hashtag feed him to Cena.
And he tests them. So. And he tests us at times too. Speaking of Cena. Oh boy. I'm not gonna do what everybody's expecting me to do and just flip out. I'm gonna try to do this in a surgical way this week. So Bray Wyatt comes out. Wyatt's get a decent pop. I took some detailed notes here of what Bray Wyatt said and what Cena said, because to me, this is the epitome of why I will continue to put John Cena sucks in every video title, no matter who likes it or not, until he is no longer an intricate part of this company. Last week, it was like, hey, he wasn't a big part of the show. We liked it. And then this week, you see everything that's wrong with him. Well, not everything, but you see why we don't like the guy. I mean, the funniest thing is when someone will send me a tweet, which I normally don't respond to these, but someone will send me a tweet or a message or email or whatever, something in my inbox, hey, why don't you like Cena? And I'm thinking, haven't I kind of explained that, ridiculous detail? But this right here is one of the big reasons why I don't like him. I didn't like the Thugonomics thing. I think the Thugonomics thing is one of the worst gimmicks in wrestling history. We did a VIP video last night, Mad Genius and I. There's a couple that I haven't put up on the site yet that I'm going to get put up on there tonight, but where we were talking about the worst gimmicks of all time, and I was like, John Cena Thugonomics, because it was just fake to me. I mean,
what's worse, D-Nation or the Chain Gang?
I don't care about that. I honestly don't care what someone else likes or doesn't like. I don't care. I don't like him. From a performance and entertainment standpoint, I don't like him. The first time I saw Cena wrestle, I said, wow, this guy's horrible. Kind of the same way people look at Ryback. Now imagine Ryback coming out with a boombox, cutting battle rap poems written for him.
I believe it a lot more.
Well, you might, but I don't know. Since day one, so let's get into this. It's going to take me a minute, so bear with me here. I'm drained. For whatever reason, in the past 8 days, all these people have been sending me messages. Dude, went back and watched your WrestleMania 29 rant on Cena beating The Rock. Yeah. I wish you'd do that every week. There's some weeks where I just don't feel like ranting. Oh, you'll get them. Last week he wasn't a big part of the show. This week it's like I just want to be a complete D-bag, as much of a D-bag as I can about this. So Bray says society is vile and putrid. You must do as you're told. And Billy, this was a very good promo, and it's actually very socially relevant when you think about it. He said, and I know Billy and I are kind of on the same wavelength with this, the whole celebrity worship syndrome and whatnot, but he said, you see what they want you to see, you feel what they want you to feel, but I'm different. You see a blank canvas, and I see a beautiful painting. You hear silence, and I hear symphony. He said, I have 1,000 faces and 1,000,000 names. Seducer, accuser, destroyer. I'm like, he's on some deep shit right here. You know, I'm liking this. He said, you may call me by whatever name you see fit, but know and understand that I have never once lied to you. We all know who has, don't we? John Cena has made a career out of lying to you all. He earns your trust, hidden behind his porcelain smile. He is no man, he is beast. He said, don't you worry about a thing, kids. I like how he got down on a child's level when he said this too. That's psychology right there, you know. He said, don't you worry about a thing, kids. I'm not going to let him do this to you anymore. I got him right where I want him, up against the ropes, and all he needs is that little push. Abigail shall be my sword through his crusade, but I do not wish to slay this monster, not yet. Right now, I just want to come out and play. How about it, John? I know you're back there. And then John Cena's music hits, and I'm like, fuck. Remember what I said last week? I don't know if I said it on this review or on the overtime video, but I was talking about how him not having a mic was the best thing that could have happened to last week's show. This is exactly fucking why. You got a guy in Bray Wyatt cutting this deep, dark promo on you, saying that you lie to the kids, you know, trying to cut bone deep on you in a promo. And what does Cena do? The first thing I see John Cena do when he came out is he was smiling. The same fucking entrance every fucking time with this guy. The same entrance every fucking time. You would think that he'd walk out there like, I'm offended, you know, and then he would stand. Imagine Hogan coming out there, okay? People always want to compare this guy to Hogan, which is a fucking joke. Imagine Hogan coming out there after he cuts that promo saying he's lying to kids and whatever. Hogan would come out there with this I'm going to kick some ass look on his face. He'd come down to the ring, and then you know what he would do? You know what he would do. He would start looking at the crowd, brother, you know, and then he'd look in there and look at the crowd, and then he'd give you that look, and then he'd jump in the ring and take it, you know, get his ass kicked to build up the monster for the match, for his next big match. That's the way Hogan worked, and that's why Hogan's feuds worked so well, because he was so good at building up that monster. I mean, people cried. You would have thought Hulk Hogan fucking died when Earthquake attacked Hulk Hogan, you know, during the Brother Love interview. People really thought Hogan had broken ribs when he wrestled King Kong Bundy, you know, because of the way he would build up the monster he was going against. John Cena does the exact fucking opposite. When I look at a promo in a situation like this, when I come away from the promo, the first thing I think to myself is, what did that do to build the match? What did that do to build the match? John Cena is such a Rock wannabe, it's not even funny. I've seen that for a long time. A long time. This dude desperately wants to be funny like The Rock was. And believe me, there were a lot of segments where The Rock was not funny. And it was just kind of like, But then he would wrap it up by building the match. Well, John Cena tried that in this promo, which we'll get to the details, but it just comes off as disingenuous. His jokes come off as overly scripted. You know, I don't understand the philosophy. I think it's dumb what happened here. So it starts out with Cena smiling. So here comes fuckboy Buckethead, the shitbagger professional wrestling. And he's like, oh, you know, come out and play. What a great idea. And after this promo that Bray Wyatt cuts, I'm like, okay, the first line, right there I didn't have a problem. And then this fucking goofy ass says, he's always got to break kayfabe. This dude is so fucking conscious of the perception of him. He's always got to break that kayfabe. And he says, because remember, Bray Wyatt says all John Cena needs is a little push. So John Cena responded to that statement. So he's like, come out and play. What a great idea. But the last thing anyone wants to see is another push. Nobody wants to see that. I want to have some. Yeah, but why? What does that have to fucking do with anything? His promos are just so non-responsive, and they just lack context of the storyline. His psychology in these promos has always been one of my biggest problems with him, next to watching the fucking guy wrestle. It's like, your job as a professional wrestler is to build a match. And then someone will go, well, they write that stuff for him. No, John Cena's been the guy in that company for so long. He's got a ton of creative input. Of course he does. Over his own character, creative control. Duh. Everybody who's been a top guy gets, for a sustained period of time, gets some creative control. And this was apparently the best way that him and Vince, who's got the final say in everything, thought this is how we're going to build a match with Bray Wyatt. Dumb. It feels like I've talked about this with Cena almost every time we're talking about Cena building up a match. But anyway, he looks at the crowd because Cena's got to get his pandering in. So he looks at the crowd and he says, "Are you guys ready to have some fun?" And I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck is he going with this? This is a guy who 9 days ago was scared of Bray Wyatt, supposedly, and as we talked about at the time, wasn't buying it. He says, these guys always come to the ring and always so serious. And he goes, why so serious, man? And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, and he said, you tried your best to bring this monster out at WrestleMania, but I got news for you. It doesn't exist. I'm like, okay. He said, I want to try something different with you today. I want to try to have some fun. What do you guys say? And let me stop there. So he's passively aggressively brought up, and in that Cena, with John Cena, there is so much passive aggressive shots that he takes at fans and perception all the time. He is a passive aggressive motherfucker. So he took the passive-aggressive shot at the people not wanting to see him at the top anymore. He's sucking up to the crowd, about having fun. And again, keep in mind this whole time as I go through this, how does this build the feud? Okay, back to more of his crap. Cena says he doesn't judge anybody. Well, that is unless you want him to go on his Twitter and put this little fake IWC label that people use, because that's all it is a label. Yeah, actually he does. He says, he looks at these guys, the Wyatt family, and if I could just get them to happy hour, they'd be the life of the party. And I'm thinking he's literally trying to cut one of his lame comedy promos right now. I can't fucking believe this. What the whatever. He says, Eric Rowan, look at you. I bet you got jokes for days. Oh, a serious. And then he says, Harper, you'd be the type to go streaking right through the quad. And then he says, Bray, it takes a man to wear white pants, the Hawaiian shirt, the Michael Jackson leather glove. This guy's secretly a ladies' man. Stop. Remember during the whole Rock and Cena feud, where The Rock no-sold, or excuse me, not The Rock, but Cena no-sold The Rock, making fun of that crap that Cena wears? And Cena was like, oh, yeah, you make fun of what I wear. Oh. He just no-sold it. Well, here he's doing this. I mean, this guy's a fucking bum, dude. He says, get him a couple drinks. Let him loosen up. Get him around these Birmingham honeys. Again, let me pander to you guys. I'm trying to be funny. This promo sucks. I'm gonna fucking pander to you some more. This. He says not, and then he really goes for the super cheap pop. Y'all know how the story goes. Roll Tide. And I'm like, This fucking promo is an absolute. This is the epitome of a train wreck. You could have thrown Jumpin' Jeff Farmer out there, and I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm being serious. Like them shitty ass Jumpin' Jeff Farmer promos. At least he was responding to someone he was supposed to be mad at in a way where he was at least attempting to act mad and build a feud. Cena, he's got jokes, you know. He says, you see, Bray, these people like to have fun. Again, more passive-aggressive pandering here. These people like to have fun. They like to have a good time. So we're going to put a smile on your face. These people, I represent the people, we are going to put a smile on your face. Again, indirectly, this whole promo was, let me get over with the fans. I'm going to get over with the fans. Not build a match. Perish the fucking thought this guy actually comes out and cuts a serious promo and builds a match because he's clearly incapable of that. I mean, for this many years. And when he tries to be serious, it just comes off as monotone and robotic anyway. He's fucking trash. He says, which leads me to your family. I think we should get everything out in the open. You always talk about Sister Abigail. Is she real? Is she not? I got on the Google machine, and found her on MySpace. Now, he's trying to be funny here with MySpace. I know. Oh, yeah, this guy, boy. Look out, Cat Williams and Chris Rock, and I mean, you know.
2004 again? Shit, I didn't know.
Yeah, well, hey. He says, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Sister Abigail Wyatt, and it's a picture of Bray Wyatt, and you could hear the kids in the crowd laugh. And the rest of us sitting at home are going, this guy's fucking absolute trash. You know what I mean? That's what went through my head. I'm like, this is just fucking garbage. It's running on way too long. This is not building a match. He looks like a complete fucktard out there right now. And he says, look at her beauty, Bray. I look at you and look at her and wonder, what does Bray Wyatt's mom look like? And there, the kids in the crowd went, oh, he said something about his mom. Ooh. He goes, so I found her too. She is one hot mama. And how could he not feel like the biggest idiot on the planet doing this promo? That I don't get.
You forgot Cole, Michael Cole.
Oh yeah, Michael Cole,
yeah.
the forced laughing in the background.
Yeah, the douchebag announcers laughing in the background and shit.
Oh yeah, the picture of Sister Abigail comes up, which you got this whole cryptic, mystical thing going on with the Sister Abigail, and that's the image that you want to relay to people. Oh, this is funny. So he says, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Joe Wyatt, and a picture of a woman with Luke Harper photoshopped as her face comes up. I mean, fuck, dude. Whatever. He says, that seductive stare. I'd take her out for a steak dinner and even call her back. This guy's so fucking funny.
Hey, that's what they do. It's what it is. You got to break it down.
Yeah, well, hey. He says, congratulations to the Wyatt family. They have a new member born 1 month ago, a beautiful baby girl. Cena claims he got the picture from TMZ or something like that. Oh, yeah, it's TMZ. Yeah. Hashtag TMZ. And it's a picture of Eric Rowan's head photoshopped on a baby. Chastity Lynn Wyatt. Oh, yeah, now I want to see the match. Definitely, yeah. So, yeah, fucking Cena's trash. He's fucking trash. And you see, when I get worked up over Cena, one of the reasons that it bothers me so much is just years of frustration. And tonight, I just don't have the energy to fucking yell about it. I'm telling you right now, I just don't. But deep down inside, when I really fucking think about it, this guy is an embarrassment to the pro wrestling business. Straight up. A fucking embarrassment. Here you've got a guy in Bray Wyatt who is killing it in these promos. You got to really listen and have an aptitude for what he's saying or whatever, be able to interpret what he's saying. But these are deep, dark, good fucking wrestling promos where you can kind of suspend your disbelief and go, this motherfucker's crazy, you know? And with John Cena, he comes out and does this every fucking time. And then they'll turn around. He did this last time. This is how fucking stupid John Cena is to me. Last time he did this, you Jimmy Buffett here, and you live under a bridge, and the stupid fucking jokes he tried to make that failed last time. And then the following week, he's in the bathroom staring into a mirror like he's nervous. And I'm like, the John Cena thing's got to end. Fuck, put Ziggler in his spot. Let Ziggler be the fucking gatekeeper. At least he'll give us some good matches. I know it's not plausible, and it's not going to happen, and I get it. John Cena has fans. I don't give a shit. I'm talking entertainment value. I have been sick of this guy for way too long. Ever since they chose him over Kurt Angle, that was when I really started to think, fuck this asshole. I don't want to. I want him gone. I want him gone. I hope this guy ends up wrestling in Japan or something, and he's still here doing the same shit. He's not fucking funny. And they write this stuff for him. Like, oh, yeah, let's do a comedy stick. What do you think about... You remember when The Rock put pictures up on the Titantron? I want to do that, too. Yeah. And, they put shit like this together, and his delivery sucks. Like, there's some people that can take a joke that's not even that funny. I don't have that ability. But there's some people who can take a joke that's not even that funny and make it funny with their delivery. And then you got fucktards like this who could take a joke that's already not funny and make it even less funny. And when you've got someone who's got if you're talking about, if you were to measure his comedic value in weight, it probably would average out to that of a speck of dust. I mean, to me, there is no charisma and no ability to be funny whatsoever in anything that he does. So just have the fucking guy go out there and act scared. You end the show last week with him cowering away from the ring, and all of a sudden this week he's hokey Cena. We're gonna have some fun. Let me kiss everyone's ass in the crowd. And then also at the same time, guess what? He wears Michael Jackson gloves. It's garbage. It's fucking trash.
I don't know. One thing I noticed, it's just me real quick, is the so-called cheering sounded piped in, but not only that, for some reason, it appeared to me like they were getting like scenes from the crowd cheering, like from other parts of the show or something. I don't know. It appeared to me that way. Like when those soldiers were holding their hands up and cheering. It's just, I don't know. I just have a feeling it was from a different part of the show, but that's just me.
Who knows, dude? All right, I'm just checking something here real quick. Someone asked a question. All right, yeah. So moving on, because I want, I don't want my message to be lost in the middle of a rant either. Right now, I would just like to scream, "Fucking guy sucks!" Trust me. I feel very, very frustrated right now with the whole Cena thing. But at the end of the day, the thing that frustrates me the most, I just want to open people's eyes to where I'm coming from tonight. Next week, I'm not going to hold it back. I just want to open your eyes to where I'm fucking coming from. It's so frustrating because I like watching Bray Wyatt. And there's been so many times where I'm like, I like watching this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy. And then they get fed to Cena. Same shit. They build him up. Cena talks about, this dumb fucking shit from left field that has nothing to do with building a match. Buries him. And then that's it. And I don't want that to happen to Bray Wyatt. I have got to say that Bray Wyatt handled that shit really good, though. Because he responded by sarcastically saying, "John, you are hysterical. I can't get enough of it." Which is what all of us were thinking. Like, all of us, probably most of you watching this video were probably like, you're thinking to yourself, this is terrible. And he says, and every time a serious threat gets in your face, all you know how to do is make jokes about it. And that's why the build for Cena and Rock sucked. Because Cena and then his fans will be like, oh, he owned The Rock. Anybody can go out there and break kayfabe or no sell. Anybody can.
Yeah.
Anybody can. And that's what this fucking guy does. he no-sold Bray's promo.
Like, think of all the greats that you could break kayfabe on, and it would just ruin their character on the spot.
Yeah.
Right? Could you imagine if Hulk Hogan, like, in a promo with a Warrior before WrestleMania 6 was like, you know what, Warrior? Nobody even knows what the fuck you're saying. Like, Can you imagine if he did that? Like, it was just kind of, you know, you have to take him serious. Like, he's a threat. Like, he's coming after you. Like, this guy could fucking ruin you and shit, you know? And here's my thing with Cena. The dude, aside from sucking ass, is completely unprofessional. That's the one thing that gets to me more than anything. Because if a guy sucks ass and for whatever reason he has a fan base, fine. But he's unprofessional. Like, he just is. Like, he knows that at the end of this feud, he's going to come out on top. He just knows it. That's why he keeps breaking kayfabe, you know? Like, oh, all you do is talk and talk, but I always overcome, you know? Like, well, of course, you know? He cuts better. In other words, if you read between the lines, he's saying, look, you cut some badass promos, but I'm going to bury your ass. You know, that's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know? And it's annoying. It just is. Because it's his whole, like, he wants to break kayfabe when it's convenient to him. When it's extremely convenient to him. And it's freaking annoying. Like, guys could have broke kayfabe on fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin if they wanted to. Guys could have broken kayfabe on Goldberg. They could have broken kayfabe on anybody. You know, but that's not the point. And it's annoying. You know, and by the way, I think he's a little bitter that Bryan has the shine right now. That's what the whole push.
Of course it is.
About.
This dude has been sitting there on the perch with his ankles handcuffed to that motherfucker for so long that he probably doesn't sleep when someone else gets a run.
And also, you have the Wyatt family the Wyatt family getting cheered like heavily. They're supposed to be the heels. You know that eats them up.
Oh, that's why he does this pandering shit every time. He's always got to address the fans. He can't just go out there and do his fucking job and sell a match. He can't.
And by the way, to all the Cena fans, all right?
More power to you.
All this overcome bullshit, it's not real, okay? It's scripted, all right? So fuck you.
Yeah. All right.
He's not really better than them because he gets to fucking win. He's booked to win, idiots. That's all.
Yeah, I've had them go, you know, how can you say that John Cena beat The Rock? And blah, blah. I'm thinking, wait a minute, beat? Or was booked to beat? So Cena, after cracking these horrible attempts at comedy, the motherfucker says, he goes into the monotone Cena. I'm getting serious now. I'm going to be really monotone, and I'm going to try to act stern. But you can tell that this is really, really forced, but I'm going to try. You know, so he says, so you want serious? Fine. You should know I can get serious just as good as anyone. And I'm thinking, really?
Just as well as anyone, John.
Yeah, well. And then he said, at WrestleMania, I had my back against the wall, and your ass found out that when John Cena gets serious, Bray Wyatt gets beat. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah.
Because it's real, Cena.
No, because he knew that there were going to be a lot of us out here going, here he goes with that fucking comedy attempt again. He's like, but no, see, I can do comedy and get serious. That's what the tone that I took from it. Because Cena will say things as a proactive response to criticism that he knows coming.
Yeah, but his whole character, like, it's about he always comes out on top. That's his character.
That's his character, yeah.
That's his character. And because he's booked to come out on top. Like, shit. Like, you know, he didn't really come out on top. You know, like, that's not the way you judge pro wrestling. You judge it off of who's entertaining you more. All right? That's what wrestling's all about. You know, so, I don't know. The guy's an idiot.
He is. He's a fucking lunkhead. But Cena says, be careful what you wish for. This time the tables have turned. You're the desperate man. Now you will fight for everything. I will force you to do something you haven't done since you stepped into WWE. He's like trying to get all fucking amped up and sounds horrible. He said, without your family, you can't back up anything you say. You take those two Santa Claus wannabes. There it is. You get them out of the way. You are not the eater of the world. You are the eater of the world's largest Cinnabon.
Oh yeah, man. Ooh.
Oh man, he's serious, man.
My ribs hurt after that one.
Oh yeah. So Cena challenges Bray Wyatt to a steel cage match at Extreme Rules, and Bray starts laughing and says, he's like, I like that, John. I like the way that Bray was able to keep in character and not get flustered. Because the first time Cena did this to him, he actually tripped over some of his lines. And this time he was able to keep in case. He's like, wait, what did he fucking say to me? You know, he says, yeah, like I said, he said he likes that, John. You don't even realize it, John, but we've been playing catch with knives, and eventually one of us will get stuck. What a line, dude.
You know, I always wish somebody would tell John Cena, "K, fabulous."
Yeah. But Bray goes on to say, how can you be 100% sure it won't be you getting stuck with one of the knives? He said, you want to have fun, John? You want to have a good time? I ask you, brothers and sisters, and he starts talking to the crowd, here in my backyard. You got to wonder if he was like, all right, fuck it. You want to go for the cheap shit? I will too. We will no longer let this fallacy command us. This is my world, and it belongs to me. And then he ends up singing, he's got the whole world in his hands, and some of the crowd did it with him. So yeah, Cena goes from scared of Wyatt from making fun of Wyatt to scared of Wyatt to beating Wyatt to scared of Wyatt last week to this week making fun of Wyatt, and then next week Cena will be, you know what? I think Cena has ruined this whole thing.
I'll be friends with Wyatt next week.
I don't want to see the match at this point, and I have the WWE Network. I bought it after WrestleMania. I've got 6 months. I didn't click to automatically re-up me, but I will be obviously able to watch the pay-per-view at home for once instead of going to the restaurant. And this match, I'm not looking forward to. Just because of fucking Cena. He's ruined it. Ruined it.
He's got Vince's balls.
Every single, yeah, well, yeah. Every single fucking time this guy opens his mouth, whether it be to try to act tough, whether it be to try to be funny, whether it be to pander to or to deflect hatred coming from the crowd, it's an insult to my intelligence every time. Add the way that I feel that he insults my intelligence as a viewer, on top of the fact that I don't think he can act. I don't think he has any charisma. I don't think he's a good wrestler. I think he sucks at fucking promos. I think he sucks at comedy. I've been frustrated with this guy being on top for so many years. And then on top of all that, it's insulting to my fucking intelligence. But hey, it's Fuckboy Buckethead. That's why I call him the shit factor of professional wrestling. The worst long-term face of a pro wrestling company ever. And it was a lame fuckboy promo. Simple as that. And I'm going to take my break. Fuck Cena. He's fucking trash. MG, take the lead, bro.
I have nothing to say on Cena.
Well, whatever you guys want to go in on, I'm sure Ross and the boys will have something to say.
Well, my mom always
tired of
told
hearing me
me
talk
wait,
about
wait,
how
Bruce,
much I hate
Bruce,
lollipops, so.
Bruce, come back.
Yes.
I just want to make you come back. Go ahead.
All right, dick. You jerk. All right.
Man, I mean, this guy, man, he ruins everything because, you know, this guy Bray Wyatt was cutting such a good promo, man. I mean, it was like so deep and, you know, intellectual, and, you know, you could tell that this guy gets it. But then John Cena, he comes in with that, coming here making dumbass jokes like he fucking looked it up on Google or something. Like, it's like, what the hell is this guy trying to do, man? Does this guy not understand that you're trying to, you know, feed off of each other, that, you know, you're trying to build a match or something? This guy's over here fucking throwing your mama jokes and fucking putting heads on faces. It's like, yo, man, this guy is throwing a serious promo at you, dude. You don't come over here joking about people's moms and trying to suck ass with the crowd, man. It's like, dude. And then the way he delivers it is just so horrible. I mean, this guy's trying to be serious. His fucking voice is like so raspy and shit. Every time he either tries to make, and then when he tries to make a joke, I mean, you could tell that he's not comfortable in that setting. I mean, you can tell when someone's being fake. And this dude has just fake written all over him throughout the whole delivery. And to me, I was contemplating just shutting the TV off because I've just never seen a guy so bad. The this long. How long has it been, anyways? 7, 8, 9 years now with this dude.
It's actually been about 10.
I don't understand, man. I mean, why this guy is this long. I mean, not even John Michaels, who we all know that he's meant to they have special connections, but not even he was there this long. I don't get it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it. You got a wrestling show that has lollipops, hungry hippos, a Cinnabon reference, and Fandango, and a Cobra sock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Big Show, who wears diapers on New Year's.
You gotta think, I think of it this way.
I mean,
I think of it this way, and it's in all due respect to Vince McMahon, but he's getting older. I mean, some people get, daddy, think he's 70, so they start really getting out of touch. You notice that, they'll, whatever they start doing when they get older.
Billy, what do you think about the way he carries himself?
Vince carries himself. I mean, he carries himself still okay with that walk and stuff. I mean,
Talking
you
about
gotta carry
Cena.
himself. Oh, Cena? Nah, Cena carries himself like a bitch. He just doesn't know how to carry himself. That's one thing as a man and woman, anybody in the comments and the guys on the panel. You gotta know how to carry yourself. That's the first thing. Back in our day, we had 18,000. Back in our day, 18,000.
It took me a while to get it, but I get it.
18,000 people came into the arena, right? 9,000 would come out alive, 9,000 come out in a body bag.
Where's my knife at? Where is that?
All right.
Bad joke.
Fuck. Yeah, it was bad. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've lost track of where I was. Anyway, yeah, Vince gets out of touch to get older, blah, 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 and this is the kind of shit you see. If it was a younger, more edgy person, you'd see edgier shit, but yeah, obviously it's all runs through Vince. Vince thinks dancing's funny, he thinks lollipops are funny, or whatever the fuck, hungry hippos. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, fuck, I buried this motherfucker, Ross, D-Style. Somebody bury him.
I'll go before I pass it to D-Style real quick. I mean, for me, number one, I'm listening to Bray Wyatt's promo, and I'm thinking, damn, this dude really might be the Antichrist, man. I'm like, shit, dude. He's cutting a really good promo, and then you got Cena who comes out, just no-sells it. Oh, like Vegas Mike said, man, it just makes you get disinterested, and it's like, what am I watching? What's the point? And Cena is insecure, man. Like, I've never seen somebody who is so uncomfortable in their own skin. He's got to answer every single, shot that Wyatt took at him. He's got to let the little kids know, hey guys, it's okay. I'm not gonna be that monster. I'm not gonna be the bad guy. It's okay. I'm gonna be that hero. And that's what comes off as fake. You know what I mean? So that's what pretty much makes his character just so weak and so lame. And I don't know. I'm just kind of over it. I don't even really want to talk about it that much. But it's just sad because Bray Wyatt is one of the guys who, to me, he was definitely such a bright star in this company, and Cena's just killing his momentum at this point, so it just doesn't even matter. Go ahead, D-Style.
Well, look, man, could you imagine a Bane saying something to Batman, you're watching the movie, and then Batman goes out of character? That's kind of like what it feels like to me. Not that I'm comparing Cena to Batman, so maybe that's a bad example, but nonetheless, all right. Cena's horrible. I think I already said that, so I don't know, man. I like Wyatt. I really do. Cuts real good promos. It's just hard to enjoy someone that is about to die, Like he's gonna die. I feel like he's giving us his eulogy every day or every Monday night, and it's coming. It's gonna come. He's gonna be buried. So I'm just letting everybody know that. I hope you know that, And it's okay for us to live with Cena, but Cena fans can't live with, Wyatt fans or fans of other professional wrestlers, We all gotta, tolerate Cena, which is annoying.
Just imagine you're watching the Dark Knight movie and Joker's about to blow up the fucking city, and all of a sudden Batman's just standing there, you're trying to blow up the city, but you gotta stop eating Cinnabons. What does that do with anything?
Man.
Come on, we both know you're not really gonna blow up the city.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, man. It's just retarded.
I found Mama Joker. And he
Yeah,
just
or Or better yet, him just being like, "Oh, what's the point of us doing this? You know, I'm just gonna win at the end of the movie."
Yeah.
Like, all right.
And very creative, you stole a line from, speaking of the Dark Knight, right? Why so serious? Which is, like, you're not even using the line right, moron. The fucking idiot.
I know, I got
Fucking moron.
fucking Avatar now, cocksucker Cena, bitch.
Yeah, are you a Cena fan? Like, what's going on with that?
Joker said that first. So.
Yeah, no. He's not even using it right, though. Like, that's stupid, Fucking moron. I was expecting him to say, you know how I got this bucket head? Anyway.
Oh, my God.
I honestly don't want to talk about Cena anymore.
How about a magic trick? I'm going to make all the charisma disappear. Oh.
Watch, I'm going to kill professional wrestling.
Hashtag shit bucket factor head.
I don't know. I was just on my laptop just looking at shit. I just didn't see it out, seriously, so I just literally I heard what he was saying. I was just like,
his idiot, he was rehearsing that shit all day thinking it was going to be like epic, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be up there with the Rock.
I can't wait to see the graphic for this when they're leading up to the match. When they just show the graphic for the pay-per-view, and you'll see Bray Wyatt standing there like looking like he's about to fucking destroy the world, and Cena's just standing there with his hand up, smiling. Like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, or the promos, and they're gonna show like freaking the Wyatts on the heads of like women, and that's supposed to build the match.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, but you gotta give it to Wyatt, man. He tried to make a best of a horrible situation.
It's beyond horrible. He's trying to avoid the shovel.
Yeah.
No, Bray
That
Wyatt.
shovel is coming, man. That's a heat-seeking shovel, man. It's a heat-seeker.
Bray Wyatt's shit, though. I mean, all due respect to him there. He did awesome.
Bray Wyatt is the shit, but, I mean, you can only take shit so far. It's still shit.
Yeah, it still stinks.
Yeah.
At the end of this, yeah, it's going to be bad.
Hopefully he beats Cena. It won't be clean, but hopefully he does. And maybe since he beat Bryan, that's my only hope. Right? That since he beat Bryan at the Royal Rumble, maybe they'll kind of do a match with those two guys. But that's my only hope.
But the thing is, what sucks about it is after this, like, it's gonna be so hard to like. I know we're gonna take him seriously again, but at the same time, this is gonna devalue him a lot. It really is. It's gonna be like, how do you go from having this joke of a feud with Cena to us actually just instantly taking you serious? It's gonna take more building up. It's gonna take more time, and that's the thing with John Cena. He just kills your momentum, man. That's all he does. He just buries your momentum.
Yep.
I just don't get it. Like, what are they trying to do with Cena? Like, you're not gonna make him bigger or more popular than he is. All you're doing is burying talent. I don't get it. Damn, dude.
He's like the checkpoint that takes away your car. Like, that's what this guy is.
Oh,
He's getting less and less popular, too. I mean, he was never really popular. I mean, maybe a 50-50 reaction in some places, but he's getting a lot of, like, seems like 20 like him, 80% hate him, and there's a lot of pumped-in crowd noise, too.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, this feud is probably doing him more harm than good, too. That's the funny thing about it. So it's just a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, but, this company, and they know this. They know that there's a difference between they just fucking hate this guy and heat. Like, they know the difference. They know. So they know he's not over. They just do. But, he's got Vince's balls in his hands.
He's got some pictures.
He's got the iron grip on those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jax from Mortal Kombat came and gave him his metal arms and shit, so he could hold on to them. And you can tell Cena watches a lot of Mortal Kombat.
Because he's with a daughter. Imagine if you're with a man. All right, that's how you get over.
Cena's the fucking worst. I've never seen her. I can't even call him a professional wrestler. I've never seen somebody so bad at this.
And what's horrible is that when he breaks kayfabe, they can't do it, or they're going to be buried even worse. Like they are. But he gets
I don't know if there's such thing as buried any worse. Like, once you're in a feud with Cena, it's already over. I don't think it really matters at that point.
They'll have him beat you at Raw. They'll just do it quicker. That's all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they'll have the Big Show come out and knock you out in one punch.
The only one that's come out and said it was CM Punk when he said, you're good at kissing Vince McMahon's ass. He's the only one that's ever come out and said it. But I've been waiting for somebody to just say it. Like just if he's gonna break kayfabe, I've been waiting for somebody to just say it. Like, all right, dude, you don't really overcome odds. Okay, you're booked to win. That would be epic. Not professional to do that. It's not, but fuck it. At this point.
They need to have Brock Lesnar come out during every Cena promo and fuck him up so he just doesn't talk anymore.
Hey, I told you guys how to solve it, man. Hey, get Lamb Chop.
Lesnar like breaking kayfabe on John Cena, like just going off on him.
It might be one of the greatest moments in wrestling history.
But let me tell you something. Everyone knows I can whoop your ass. You were booked to beat me, all right? So stop your shit. Imagine that shit. Like, holy fuck. Like, that would be epic.
Hey, we got to get Lamb Chop. Got to put the sheep's head on him. That's how we solve it.
And let me say that goes against my principles. I hate when guys break kayfabe. I just do. It's like going to Disneyland and everybody takes off their fucking mask and you have kids with you or something. I don't think that's cool at all. But my thing is, at this point, whatever kills off the Cena character, I'm all for it. Whatever it takes. Break kayfabe. Somebody has to have the balls and do it.
Nothing kills Cena's character because they just won't let it die.
Yeah, but no one has just said it. Like, dude, you're booked to win. Like, no one has said it. You know what I mean? That's all.
Somebody lost their shit and just said fuck it and just really broke kayfabe.
Well, the problem is we won't get a chance to see those guys on TV. Guys who would say it don't get TV time, like a Dolph Ziggler.
There has to be a guy.
He's already getting buried. Shit, I would pick up the mic and just fucking say it.
Dolph Ziggler's beyond buried. He lost like 3 matches in a row to Cena on Raw. And in one of them in particular, Cena kicked out of. I've never seen Cena kick out of so many different moves in my life. In that cage match with Ziggler. I mean, Ziggler hit him with a DDT from practically the top rope, and Cena kicked out of 2. Like, I've never seen somebody kick out of that many different moves in my life. I mean, Ziggler was digging in the well for moves he didn't even know, and Cena kicked out.
Like, I'm going to use a line. Why so serious? You're going to love it. I got this picture.
I'm fucking.
He didn't even use it right. That's the funny part. Hey.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I know what Hall of Fame ceremony I'll be skipping.
Hopefully I'll be dead by then or something. Because, he's going to be on top for like 20, 40 more years.
No, they'll put him in the Hall of Fame while he's still wrestling.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice.
He's the first.
Oh, they're going to put like Thugonomics in the Hall of Fame or something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he headlined next year's Hall of Fame class.
Yeah.
All right. Our buried John Cena segment is over. But, like I said, what did he accomplish from the promo? The shit factor of professional wrestling by no-selling Bray's promo and turning it into an amateur failed comedy hour.
Are you getting this off of the It Factor? Is that what this is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
The shit factor. All right. Next we get Fandango and Layla. Apparently he's ditched Summer Rae. We'll have to talk about that one in the VIP overtime match. Genius. Sounds like you have some news on that. Oh, okay. Oh, you had said something about no more Summer Rae.
Well, she ain't with Fandango anymore, I assume.
Well, she's going to be a diva. Okay. But the match was super short. Layla pulled Emma off the second rope and pinned her. Highly boring.
Way to bury Emma, shit.
I know.
Yeah, sorry, Billy.
All right, so next we see Stephanie McMahon and Kane backstage. Stephanie scolds Kane about his job performance, his leadership. Starts firing Kane up. She asks what happened to the devil's favorite demon.
He was hugging people.
The devil's favorite demon, hugging motherfuckers.
Stephanie's into this shit too, man. Those panties were wet. I'm telling you, dude. She is so fine for an affair.
Overrated.
I'm not saying overrated. I'm just saying if some guy can knock it out back there and get on that shit.
And she says, "What happened to Kane?" Kane ends the segment staring at his mask, which is in this glass box. He removes it and picks it up, and he says he's going to eviscerate Daniel Bryan and send him to the depths of hell. So
That was so weak, dude. It's like, so wait a minute. All it took was somebody saying what happened to Kane for you to like go on a deep one. Like,
yeah.
what was that about?
Well, it's yeah. This show wasn't perfect by any means this week. The Ultimate Warriors promo from last week was shown. Epic speech.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like I said, the only thing that was really missing tonight was Warrior and Macho Man were good friends, or they got along really good when they were around each other. And I thought that I was looking forward to seeing some highlights of the WrestleMania and SummerSlam matches, and you didn't see that. So, Dolph Ziggler against Wade Bad News Barrett, number one contenders tournament match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The match was pretty boring most of the way through until they got to the near falls. So now all of a sudden you're getting some near falls, and it got better at that point. It was nothing overly special. There were some "This is awesome" chants just due to the near falls, and I was thinking to myself, the wrestling's actually not that good in this match. If you don't believe me and you think I'm just chastising to chastise, go back and watch the match on mute. Mute your volume. And just watch the wrestling. It was not that good. And Wade Barrett ended up going over with the bullhammer, which didn't look all that great. And he's going to face Sheamus in the next round. So,
Oh, that should be a classic.
yeah. All right. So, the Bad News Barrett promo, he said he's going to be the next Intercontinental Champion, yada, yada, yada. So we get the Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, against Alberto Del Rio, Lax Swagger, Fandango, 3MB, Titus O'Neil, Rye Trash, Curtis Axel, Alexander Rusev with no Lana, by the way, Billy. Bad News Barrett. Yeah. So the Shield had a little bit of control of the match at the beginning, but ended up losing the numbers game. The highlights of the match were Roman Reigns crushing Rye Trash with the spear, and then all the heels jumped on him. And then you had Seth Rollins do a front flip plancha onto the crowd of heels, onto the entire pack of heels. The bell rang, so I guess it ended there. I don't know, a count out or something. And the heels beat up the Shield, right? Weaken them, beat them down. And then Evolution's music hits. And it goes to show you what generation of wrestling fans were there, because there wasn't a pop.
Ric Flair didn't Blade. So
Rick. It was
They were
missing
like a new faction.
Yeah. So Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista came out to the Evolution theme song, which I wasn't the biggest fan of Evolution. I think I know a lot of people liked Evolution. That's cool. I think they're overrated a bit when it pertains to factions. They did have some good stuff though. I liked some of the stuff they did. I'm just saying, I've seen them put up there with NWO and shit, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? So they take the Shield apart. Roman Reigns takes the RKO from Randy Orton. Seth Rollins took the Batista bomb. I still hate the way. Yeah, and I see you in the chat there. It was the build-up of Orton and Batista that made Evolution work. But I don't like the way. I still don't like the way that Batista rolls backwards out of his Batista bomb. Is anyone with me on that?
It doesn't bother me.
It does.
I mean, he's getting better though. To his credit, I mean, he's definitely improved within these last couple of weeks.
I've never liked that. I just rolling away from a power move just doesn't look right.
Yeah, you have to kind of sit there for at least for a moment though, so it could appear like there was a lot of impact there.
Yeah, instead of rolling away.
He used to do that. But I'm just saying, like, compared to how he was when he first came back, dude, he was trash. I mean, I'm glad for him that he's been performing a lot better at least.
Oh, he has. I'll give him that. He has. Dean Ambrose took the Batista bomb simultaneously with the neck breaker. It's not a true RKO. From Batista and Orton. And then Roman Reigns crawled his way over to Triple H. Triple H screamed, "Believe in evolution," into the mic and gave Roman Reigns the pedigree to end the show, which is something that, another topic for the overtime video, actually. I gotta put that in. You and I were talking about that earlier, MG, actually, before the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Overall, I thought Raw kind of fell flat. there was a lot of wrestling on it though, and I'm going to give them credit for that. There's a lot more wrestling matches on there this week. The Cena promo just killed the flow of the show. It was pretty cool to see Evolution back together because that is one of the top WWE factions of all time. I'm not gonna say it's the best. Do I have it in my top 5? I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Post that in the Q&A on the site, and I'll think about it. But no, overall, I still thought it was a passable show. I didn't think it was like terrible or anything. I'd go with like a 5.5 out of 10. Let me say the things that I like from the show. Like I said, the wrestling. There was more wrestling. Del Rio and RBD was but it was still a wrestling match. The Ultimate Warrior stuff was good. I like the Intercontinental Championship tournament. Tag match was, the way that they progressed throughout the show with the Evolution storyline was good. Paige and Alicia Fox was good. The Bully vignette was I can't wait to see that character. The Usos against Batista and Randy Orton ended in a schmaz. You didn't really get a match there. The Paul Heyman promo was good. Cesaro and Mark Henry, just a decent showcase for Cesaro. Xavier Woods and Alexander Rusev, squash match. Jack Swagger and Sheamus, didn't really enjoy it because of Swagger. Sandow and Big Show didn't really like it. That's why it's a mixed bag. I thought Bray Wyatt was good on the stick. John Cena was not. The mixed tag match wasn't that good.
Oh, Cena's good on the stick, all right.
I'm not going to touch you there.
The thing about the show is, as you're going through it, Bruce, like for every good thing you can name, there was a bad thing. Yeah.
Ziggler and Wade Barrett, I thought Ziggler did good in the match. It was okay. It got better as it went. I don't know about the whole "this is awesome" thing. And then the Shield, the whole thing with the Shield at the end, and then Evolution coming out was good. So there was good stuff on the show. There was nothing great though. I'll say that. I think that's why it kind of fell flat. Last week's Raw felt really good to watch, and this week it just kind of fell flat. The show did miss Daniel Bryan, for the record. I still miss the CM Punk, but at the end of the day, I would say that it was just a passing grade, and I was excited to watch Raw tonight for the first time in a while. I was excited last week too after WrestleMania. I was like, oh, this should be good. It's the Raw after WrestleMania, so I foolishly kind of got my hopes up for the show tonight and feel disappointed. I'm going to keep an open mind to next week. Hopefully Cena doesn't talk. Hopefully the wrestling matches are a little better. And we get some more clear, definitive direction in some of this mid-card stuff. But overall, they're moving in a fresh direction, the company. So I'll give them credit for that. And I do give them credit for putting on more wrestling matches than talking. And like I said, there was a flow to the show, even though it was a mediocre flow. And then when it got to Cena, the show just died. And that's about it. 5.5 out of 10 is my rating for Raw tonight. Disappointed. They could have done a lot better.
I'm gonna go 4 out of 10. There was more wrestling, but the wrestling sucked. Not a fan of Wade Barrett or Rusev's boring ass or lollipop licking Adam Rose. Ziggler still buried. Sandow still buried. I like where they're going with the Shield thing, but outside of that, nothing on the show was that good to me, honestly. I'm a pass.
Yeah, I'm on my Roy Hibbert shit. I'm gonna go 4 out of 10. So, but I mean, yeah, man, it was a pretty dry show. I mean, it was okay. Like I said, like me and Bruce said, for every good thing there was a bad thing. Cena kind of ruined it. It was good seeing Cesaro. Definitely good seeing Lana and Paige. I like what they did with the whole Warrior thing, you know. But like I said, I'd like to see these guys start appreciating some of these superstars while they're alive, man. Appreciate these legends while we have them. But 4 out of 10 for me.
I'll go. Like I said, I would go on. I think I said on Twitter. I would go 6 out of 10. Paige is awesome. I really liked her match. I like those backbreakers. I think we brought them up. Alicia Fox did and how Paige took them on both sides. So they were both awesome. I like that Seth's about ready to have an affair. So that's cool. Maybe she already isn't. Maybe. Kane's going to wrestle with the mask next week, so that's going to be the only difference there. Who cares? I like Evolution versus the Shield. I think that's actually going to be pretty good. I think that they can actually use that for maybe a couple months. So I don't really think that's a bad thing. Lana's segment was 5 out of 5. That was fucking the best segment far. Tribute to the Warrior. I'll end with that though. Tribute to the Warrior was really good. Nice video package. I always do those really well. So next guy, go ahead.
9 out of 10. Lana, right?
That's
Rating
right.
Lana?
Yeah, Lana's
Or,
perfect.
what are we rating, Lana? No, it's like, but
That's what
I'll
I'm
give
doing.
it a,
That's
I'll
what
give
I'm
it a, I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. Mediocre.
All right.
Mainly because they were showing the Warrior packages. Warrior was basic. When I was a kid, he was my childhood hero, so it was good to see the Warrior on there. So featured positively, and I liked how they actually put that one quote, where what you do will shut up your critics or something like that. I forgot what the quote said, but your legacy will speak for itself, and it did. I mean, people forget that this company tried to bury this guy a couple years ago, and yet, I mean, they just couldn't deny the legacy. They just couldn't, So all that was unfortunate, but I'm glad that he got his just due tonight. Personally, I think I like the tournament idea. I think it gives the matches some meaning, and that's I think that's something that WWE matches lack. A lot of them, like the tag match, with the Rhodes brothers and Ryback and Hanning's son, whatever his name is, Curtis Axel, right? They kind of lack where is it going? Where's the winner gonna go? What is this gonna do? It just lacks a lot of matches like that. Where a tournament, it gives kind of some feeling, and you kind of know where it's going. You see the matchups, you can anticipate it. Like we already know RVD and Cesaro are gonna have a match. Like we already know that, so that's something to look forward to. And I think I like that. I really, really do. I've always liked tournaments. I already talked enough about Cena and Evolution. Well, I like the fact that they're back. It's just the only thing I'll say is that it feels like they just said to themselves, "Well, we don't have Daniel Bryan, so we got to do something. Why don't you just bring back Evolution, right?" And I guess my thing is, I thought the whole point of Evolution was because they had Flair, right, who was the older guy, and then Triple H was one of the top guys at the time, and then you had the young blood, right? So it's like it only makes sense to me anyway if they have a young blood in the team. So maybe they could have somebody break from the Shield and join them. That's what I would do personally. If you want to have a young blood that's part of that team who's the future, right? Because you have the old passing guy, you have the 2 current guys, and you have to have. I thought that was the whole point of Evolution, but. I think they're just going by the whole, we used to be a team, so they just come out, I don't know. But I'm thinking, though, I'm kind of predicting that maybe they're going that route. I think maybe somebody from the Shield will break and join them. That's what I'm thinking. Or somebody. Because that's what I always thought was the point of Evolution, personally. A decent show. I'm using the word decent very loosely here, okay? I'm trying to be as positive as possible, but... passable. How about that? I could tolerate the show, and I could tolerate it. But definitely Daniel Bryan was definitely missing. It's it is what it is. He got married, right? So I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass for that. But my thing is, it's like, dude, you're hot right now. In this business, when you're hot, you got to keep that ball rolling. You just got to keep it rolling, and I mean, you gave Cena an opportunity to come out here and use garbage, so you got to come back out and just steal the show again. We need Daniel Bryan, man. We need him. The longer he's gone, the more Cena was working his backstage politics today. He was. All right, Daniel Bryan wasn't there, and he was working some magic. All right, with Vince.
Oh, yeah. I want to respond to a comment from Bella. It says, but you guys know the WWE wouldn't be the same without Cena. The kids love to cheer him. Us adults love to boo the shit out of him. If he leaves, then we'll need somebody to bury and shit on every week. Oh, there's plenty of guys. Yeah, I've been done with this Cena thing for a long time. Cena, I think John Cena turns more people away from the product than he brings in. Because you heard, there was something that Vegas Mike said earlier. He said he was watching the John Cena segment, he was about ready to turn off his TV. And I can tell you right now, because this is not just a wrestling channel, this is a sports channel. And I've had a lot of sports fans tell me that John Cena was the reason they stopped watching. And I think it would just be better, get him out of the way. Think of all the character development that's been ruined over the years. The character development of Bray Wyatt. How does this help his character development? And he had this mystique about him. And now that mystique is kind of gone. And it's been traded for pictures of these guys photoshopped on babies' heads and women heads. You know, I think the show gets way better when he's out of the fucking way. And I'm pretty sure the kids like to cheer for Daniel Bryan. So I fundamentally disagree. I want to see this guy away from the Super Cena thing where he always overcomes everything, and I want to see him in a realistic role in the mid-card at best. I would rather see him just pack his gear bags and go home, as Warrior Man would say.
Hashtag Buckethead.
Hashtag, yeah.
You know,
go ahead.
Speaking of the Warrior, he did say in his Hall of Fame speech, and I don't think it was geared towards anybody, but he did say that, you know, everyone has their time on top, and you got to do the right thing and step down and let the next guy take over. So hopefully the WWE got the message. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and he also said that the fans are the ones who actually make you who you are, and somebody needs to actually let Cena know that, because he thinks it's okay that half of the fans hate his guts. You know what I mean? So someone needs to let him know that he needs to step up and actually, I don't know, try.
It just goes against wrestling tradition, man. Like if you're not liked, you're not liked, man. Just fucking turn heel already.
Yeah.
Shit. The kids know that you're booked to win. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I hope.
I don't know, man. But before Vegas Mike gives his rating, though, I just want to kind of piggyback off of something that D-Style said about Evolution. I agree with you, dude. I think that hopefully they actually do put a younger body in there and actually use this as an opportunity to build them up. I think that's a great idea because, first of all, the reason that Triple H is so involved in the company right now is because they've done such a terrible job of building up heels and building talent that they looked around and were like, oh, snap, we don't have any heels right now in the company, so we got to find a way to make Orton and Batista and Triple H relevant. And they have done that, to their credit. So now I like to see them actually put a young guy in there, and let's actually build on some of the talent that's there instead of regurgitating old acts. All right?
I mean, I got to give this show, honestly, a 5 out of 10 because, I mean, I enjoyed Paul Heyman and his promo and just the psychology of it and how he knows how to get under people's skin. And then you got Roman Reigns giving me a reminder of Street Fighter a little bit with that punch. And then I like the way that they built the whole Evolution and Shield thing throughout the whole show, especially where they made the Shield look so strong that it took really 14 guys to take them down. I really like the way that they made the Shield look so tough that it really takes like a fucking group of people to beat them. But the John Cena thing, man. Also, I like the Divas match with Paige and Alicia Fox too. But the Cena thing, just, man, that was just so bad. And most of the wrestling was so horrible that, you know, there was just some really low points in the show that, you know, it just evens out to me.
One thing that some people aren't going to get is, like, for those of us who watch a lot of sports, we see these super athletes, you know, and we want some credibility in the pro. We want to see guys who are credible in the pro wrestling world. They like, I always get the question, what would it take for you to not hate Cena anymore? I get that all the time. I don't care. I don't care what they book him. I don't care if they book him as the Pope. I don't care if they book him as the ultimate jobber. I'm still not going to like him because I don't think he's good, and I've explained that a million times. It's not just the way he's used. For me, it's the talent level. I put him on the same level with Lex Luger from a talent standpoint. The same exact level. I just don't think he's talented whatsoever. He's annoying. He's fucking hokey. And when it pertains to, I mean, watch John Cena wrestle and then go watch LeBron James play a basketball game, or go watch Cain Velasquez fight, or George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva, Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao. Go watch Adrian Peterson run with the football. You know, I mean, no, I don't. You know, at least there were. You know, that's the thing about Shawn Michaels. A lot of us didn't like the Shawn Michaels boy toy thing, but at the end of the day, he was a performer, man.
Yeah.
So didn't necessarily like the way he was being used, but liked watching his matches because of the athlete that he was. And John Cena just doesn't bring that shit to the table. He's fucking garbage. He's lame as shit. So let's get everyone to plug their stuff. Billy, you first.
Yes, Master. YouTube, Scatterjagged. Twitter, Billy Ray MJ.
All right, D-Style.
D-Style Boxing. Catch me on YouTube. All right, boxing videos, and on Twitter as well. I'm not on Twitter that much often, but I'll be on there on fight nights usually. So, D-Style Boxing.
All right, let's go Ross.
Yeah, YouTube, Joker Boxing 44, Talk Boxing, and Twitter at Joker Boxing News.
All right, then I just pulled down the screen there, and Mad Genius at Dixie Carter's man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, I'm at Virtuoso Sports on Twitter and on YouTube.
Okay. And Vegas Mike, where can they find your stuff?
All right, Twitter at RatedHRX Sports, and then my YouTube channel, either Vegas Mike or RatedHRX Sports. Either one will work. And I just talk NBA, NFL, and now I've decided to add video games and wrestling.
Oh, there you go. All right, so for me, you can find me on blitzsportsnetwork.com throughout the week. I'm constantly putting new VIP videos on there, up to right at 300 pro wrestling VIP videos on so many different topics. I wouldn't even try to name them all. Past, present, future, you name it. Constantly putting to work on that site. So I hope to see more of you on there, and everyone who has become a VIP member on blitzsportsnetwork.com, shout out to you. My next article, I do these career in-depth articles. I did a 30 years of WrestleMania one, which I think everyone will really enjoy. And the video was fun that we put together. But my next article that I'm working on, and it could take a couple weeks because it's a long career, The Undertaker. All right? Going through his career. And I've already got a dozen plus careers on there. CM Punk, I mean, so, you know, you name it. Goldberg, Bret Hart, Kurt Angle. I'm not even going to try to go through them all. There's a lot of good ones on there already. I think you guys would enjoy. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. A big shout out to all of you who have. A big shout out to everybody who watched this video in its entirety and spent the past couple hours with us. We tried to have a good time, tried to give you guys some entertainment. It was a flat Raw this week, though, so we did the best we could with the material we were given. Please like the video below before you go. We always appreciate when you guys do that. And visit my channel for my other videos on the NFL, NBA, game-by-game NBA playoff coverage coming up. Just like last year, we're going to cover every NBA playoff game. But NFL, NBA, MMA, boxing, and pro wrestling. John Cena is Sniff Dicks, and we are out.
Hilarious.